Boop, 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 boop. Hello.
Hello! Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Housebound Adventuring. We're on episode Points at Jenny.
17.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Oh man.
Jesus.
For 20.
Wow.
And if you guys, it's a very important thing that we start off this session by saying two things. First off, our party leveled up. Second off, nearly didn't get Fireball.
I knew you had to point it out.
I had to point out. I need to make it very clear to everybody that she did not get Fireball. I just had to put that out there for everybody. So
You couldn't have waited until the combat and let them just like sit and wonder.
where's this level 3 spell going to go? So before we'll do a little recap, and then you guys can explain what it is that you got with your levels. How's that sound? Pretty great. Excellent. Glad you're all on the side of the DN. So we started last session with you guys in a cave. We ended that session with you guys still in the cave, but there was some stuff between that. there was some stuff between beginning in the cave and ending in the cave. Other things happened. In particular, you moseyed on down into this old building down here, the structure, and you found some pillars with some funky art on them. Some funky art that has kind of withered away with time. And you found that there was a door in there, and you accidentally stepped on a little bit of a trigger mechanism that released some skulls on spikes that had crudely written common on there that said stuff like "fuck off," "get out," etc. You also found some kind of crypt that was filled with gobbo skulls. We then did a little bit of wall climbing around this cave-in down here on this walkway that leads into a sloping path down into the rest of the cavern, which allowed us to then use Nugget to bring our adventurers from one side of the cave to the other, because otherwise the ceiling was a bit too low for Nugget to effectively grab our buddies. Oro had a bit of a scout of the waters, noticed that they're a little bit spooky and scary, but nothing immediately grabbed her off of the back of Nugget while she was floating around, which is quite nice. Dropping herself off, or Nugget dropping Oro off on the other side of the cavern, she was somehow immediately grabbed by an army of small green hands. Turns out what happened is the wall on this other side of the cave was actually a facade. Some wood had been placed in front of the actual stone wall that had been shoved to one side, allowing the gobbos that were inside the wall to grab Oro and pull her in, shutting the door behind her. Kicking and screaming she went, and Nugget was very displeased with this, unsurprisingly, tearing a giant hole in this wall. So then we had a little bit of a split. We had to deal with Oro in her own scene, and we had to deal with our other party members trying to find their way into the rest of this structure. Oro, surrounded by new gobbos. This is the first time that Oro has ever seen other gobbos, and we've got the juxtaposition here of the previous session was the first time Oro had ever seen gobbo corpses.
Mm-hmm.
The context of which was dead gobbos that had apparently been raiding this house and had killed somebody and burnt this house down. And then a couple of moments ago, she'd been surrounded by gobbo skulls. So it's a lot of, oh god, gobbo's dead, gobbos, what the fuck. And the most exposure that she's had, correct me if I'm wrong, is kind of being told about gobbos and how gobbos, for the most part, aren't perceived as a super great species race. But here you are, brought into the home of gobbos, and they have been very enamored with you, very, very interested, and they want to hear all about your adventures, your stories, and why you look so weird and different, including your fancy hair and your human clothes and stuff. So they pulled you into the kitchen, which was stinky and bad. And then after introducing you to some of the other gobbos, which were also stinky, they pulled you into their makeshift throne room. I say makeshift because it was clearly previously their sleeping quarters that had been co-opted as a throne room for some reason. Atop the throne was a sleeping gobbo queen who would for no reason ever shift from her slumber because she was very sleepy.
All of us got the joke by the end.
Everyone got the joke. She also had many, many chins in the form of necklaces. We had a bit of an introduction to more of the gobbos. We then had, on the other scene, Nurali and Randall breaking and entering into the structure, which they managed to...
Breaking and entering? That sounds like we were doing bad things.
Yeah.
Is that not an absolutely adequate and accurate response to
it? It was an infiltration. It was a rescue attempt.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's only breaking and entering if you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Okay. Did Randall not break things and then did
No,
neither of you enter?
Nugget did.
I feel like Nugget started the break-in.
And the break-in was an infiltration.
Right. Okay,
infiltration. That makes us good guys.
Okay. Okay.
There's a rescue mission.
Makes us the good guys. Excellent. Okay. But these guys at this stage had now found their way into the Gobbo land, Gobbo Grotto is what we ended up calling it, wasn't it? Gobbo Grotto. And they're stood at the cave entrance where Oro is currently surrounded by gobbos who are just fucking baffled by her existence and how that she's never seen any other gobbos. And they're absolutely just shocked out of their mind by it. Jumping around going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. They turn around just to see Nurali and Randall stood there like Pink Panther-esque, like doo-doo, doo-doo, trying to be sneaky. Thankfully, Oro managed to put herself between gobbos and friends.
The visual acuity is based on movement. I'm kidding.
And saved everything. Everything was saved. Then we moved on, as you guys said. We were supposed to be here for some reason. Like we had Thistle sent us to do something. We had to come here and help you out with something bad, maybe. I don't know. And they were like, "Oh, maybe." And they took you to their dining hall, which was another horrible mess. One wall had a door that was blocked off by all sorts of furniture, and the other had a door that was closed. You recognize that it had a seal, like a lock, that fit the talisman that Randall wears. So you did two things. First off, you opened up that Caspian cache, TM. Caspian. Oh, good. And then you nabbed all the loot in there, read the note that he left, and slept with the quarterstaff to get his story. And you also had a little bit of a wee peek into the next cave, into the throne room, and they said basically this fucking spooky ghost dude showed up and started killing other spooky gobbos. So in the other room, what you see is a scene where there is some huge orc guy just absolutely shredding a bunch of spooky, inky ghost goblins. Like they're kind of replaying, caught in a loop where they're replaying the same scene over and over again. That's pretty much where we left you.
Why do I feel like that loop's going to stop the second we step in the room?
I know what you mean. Then we leveled up. Well, what did we get when we leveled? Let's start with
round of applause.
Level up, everybody!
Yay!
Yeah, level up. Your level. Woo.
What level's chat?
Chat's an NPC.
Shit. Don't give him a name.
They have 1
Pet
HP.
cat.
Don't catch them in a fireball. What did we get, Randall?
We got extra attack, so now it can be even more wacky.
Extra wacky?
Extra wacky.
Extra wacky.
Silly Billy.
I love the pun.
And then I also got Stunning Strike, which lets me try and stun people when I hit them.
Excellent. And what's your total health now?
32.
32.
Big ones.
Tanky boy. Tanky boy. All right. I don't know what you guys have on your cameras, so I'm just going to go underneath on my cameras. Jenny, what did Oro get?
I have coordinated attack now. So me and my animal companion, when I attack something on my turn, if my companion can see me, it can use its reaction to make a melee attack. Which is cool.
Very fancy. Very fancy. Anything else?
And I got some level 2 spells now.
What'd you pick up?
I picked Find Traps, because that felt appropriate for
that's
how
a
many
good
traps
one.
we've been in.
That's a very good one.
And I have Pass Without a Trace as well, but not because I only have 4 spell slots a day, but I have 6 that I know of.
Yeah, that you know.
So I don't have that picked right now, but yeah.
Okay.
Good piece.
Good spells.
Mhm.
And last but not least, Nerily.
Hello. I have a wee bit of 26 hit points now. Woo. My sorcery points went up by 1, and I got a 3rd level spell.
What do you wanna just say maybe what that third level, what's the third level spell?
I don't think Tom believes
Katie.
me when
Hey,
I don't think Tom believes me when I say that I really did think long and hard about this in the less than 24 hours that I had. But I had been thinking about it before that as well. And I did take counterspell, but it was not like haha, Katie always takes counterspell, because I don't always take counterspell. It was very much a what would Nerly have been working on to like continue like filling her role at, acting as she typically would, and she's very much about trying to keep people safe. So
Makes sense.
Okie dokie, yeah.
Imagine how many people you could save with Fireball, though.
And how many you could burn.
How many you could reverse save?
I was these close to picking fly, so I wouldn't have to worry about drowning anymore and just being like, water can't touch me if I'm literally flying. I did not take it.
Oh.
So
Okay.
And Nugget has 42 points of health now.
Nugget is a tanky boy.
He's a tanky.
Bat.
Tanky boy.
our front line is a bat.
Does Jenny's mic sound a little bit funky, or just me? Do you sound
Does
a bit
it?
funky?
Yeah,
a little bit funky.
Hold on.
It sounds like it's not using your Yeti. It sounds like it might be using like a webcam mic. Zoom might have just picked up the wrong one.
Maybe.
Does it still sound weird to you guys?
That sounds better. Question mark.
Does it sound better?
Yeah.
It's not funky in
Yes.
stream. Okay,
Ooh,
so
Okay.
does it sound alright to you guys now? And
Yes.
It sounds a lot less muffled.
Yes.
okay, cool.
Okay. Well, that's good. Right. So you guys had a good night's sleep.
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
Love
as
a
good
good
night of
night's
sleep as you can in a horrendously stinky Goblin Grotto.
I thought about maybe going and sleeping in the like hallway.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
the cash room. The cash room. Close that door. It just has the least goblin stink in it, surely.
that is the least of the Goblin stinky rooms. All the other options are like literally just on a precipice next to a drop into a into a reservoir of water. It's pretty much all gobbo stink, I'm afraid. Pretty much anywhere you go. Apart from, I'm sure Nerdy's got some prestidigitation that you can use to
Definitely as I'm falling
mask the
asleep.
smell.
It
Yeah,
smells
just
very
that
floral. in
constantly.
here. Yeah. Got some lavender going.
And so we had Randall dreamt. He dreamed a dream of stories gone by, of the walking stick, the quarterstaff that you picked up last time, and we learned a little bit about how it was linked to a gentleman named Yared, who was a mime, and he didn't
He wasn't
realize
originally a mime, though.
just how powerful he was. No, he was a simple hermit,
Mhm.
but
He was
also
a
a
shepherd.
mime. So Randall is now mysteriously good at miming. He might not know that yet, though.
I want to wake up in the
If
morning.
need
It's just like,
arises.
He might not know that. But he might have an urge to just mime something at some point.
I might have an okay.
Okay. I'm giving this to you as an option for your character. All right. You don't. This isn't a compulsion. This isn't a curse. I'm not giving you a cursed item that makes you mime at things. If
you can no longer speak, you may only mime.
There is something in the law now that says that your character is now good at miming as long as you're attuned to this. If that's something that you want to chase, I won't force miming on your character if that's not what you want for him. I just imagine like, I've got a super edgy rogue boy who's really edgy and serious all the time, but he's great at miming because my DM said so. No, you can take that if you want to. Run with it if you want, but otherwise ignore it. Right.
Fuel redeemed a d6 bonus and said, only 1 additional HP. She needs help. Who's that to? Katie? Is that for her?
I got more than 1. I just didn't have very many hit points before.
You were very squishy.
I am a wee sorcerer. Like, I got 5 hit points.
If that's right, if that's right, Fuel, then let me know. If not, then well, it doesn't really, you know.
Yeah, we can shuffle that about. It's not.
I mean, I will gladly take it.
Yeah. Hey, Jack.
Hi, Jack. Okay, so you've awoken. It is you didn't sleep super well. Functionally, you slept perfectly fine. I'm not gonna mark you down.
When Randall gets up, he like stretches, and when he stretches, everyone is immediately aware of like how awake he is. Just anyone who sees him is just like, oh, he like that was a really like good stretch. It's like all the actions he does now, everyone just kind of like interpret them really well.
Wow.
He doesn't understand.
He's just so good at expressing what he's doing.
Oh, look at what he's writing. I can tell every word he's writing when he's writing.
What's he like?
He's not even aware that he's doing it now.
That's brilliant. That's excellent. Okay.
Toto redeemed a d6 bonus and said to nugget because Oro will roll badly. Thanks.
That's smart.
Thanks.
That's
Oh
good.
no.
So yes, no, you've slept. It was hot. You know, the stench was horrible. You're in a cold, damp cave, and throughout the night, goblins were about up and down doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do because
Goblins.
they have no sense of time.
Same.
And they do whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want.
I love that goblin culture in this world is completely based off Jenny. The benchmark for goblins.
Yes.
Sleepy queens, no sense of time. These are things that I didn't know about you, but
I'm not really smelly. Just let's put that out there.
that part I didn't think.
Excuse me.
This is actually an intervention.
To call it goblin stink is really ethnocentric. Like cultures have different smells.
That's true. She's very woke. Nerdy is very woke, and has never once mentioned Oro's gobbo stink.
She's got human clothes.
I'm kidding. So yes, no, I mean the gobbos were up and about, and you're sleeping next to the gobbo kid, and the gobbo kiddos are up much earlier than you guys are.
It really makes a mental note of how odd it is that the most dangerous thing in their entire abode is where they keep their children next to.
I mean, it's very well protected by the furniture that's closing the door.
Yes, maybe you should get Oro to talk to them about where they keep their children.
They're going to learn to defend themselves. It's a hard life.
You can dodge
Where
an
else are they
axe.
going to go? The kitchen? That's got gobbo knives in it.
Somehow I think that's less dangerous, just based on the gobbo knives that I've seen so far.
That's true, yes. They are. One thing that you have noticed is that all of the individuals here seem to be quite uncomfortable with the idea of fighting. and that aligns quite well with the information, the kind of the story that you got, the write-up, the letter that was left for you by Caspian, who basically described that he and his companions had arrived here on a quest to do some goblin murdering, as many low-level adventurers are associated with goblin murder, because goblins had been raiding the nearby places, which has been made apparent to you because you've seen one of the places that was raided by gobos. But they'd arrived here, they'd killed the gobbo warriors, and then they were just left with they were impressed by gobbo culture. It was the first time they'd come to fight monsters and realized that the monsters were people, and then they realized, sorry, what was that?
Monsters are people too.
Monsters are people too. And then they showed up and they killed all the gobbo warriors, and they were like, we don't need to kill anyone else. It was just, old feeble gobbos who were just defending themselves that were left. So they were like, okay, or at least Ascariel and Caspian were like, let's get out of here. So the new member of the party, Ulfgur, was not pleased with this choice, and in the night persuaded Barth to accompany him back to the Gobbo Grotto and finish the job. Once Ascariel and Caspian were aware of this, they chased them down, came back to the Gobbo Grotto, and defended the last of the Gobbos, killing Ulfgur. It is implied. So, you awaken. Randall is very emotive and expressive and doing a very good job of explaining what he's doing. How's our own Randall feeling?
Or a nugget?
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Oh, I meant our own early.
I was going to say, I think you got that right.
Nugget can now be substituted for anyone's name.
Listen, let's just... It's a lot going on.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
I just didn't want to assume you meant me and start talking.
Nerly and Oro. These two. Pluck, pluck.
So you're going to call me Nugget.
How are you?
Trepidatious. Feeling a little stronger though. I woke up just feeling a little bit better. Maybe the stink in here just made me hardier. I don't know while I was sleeping.
So how has Nerly gone about learning her new spells?
So I have a book that I read things from that was given to me that kind of was kind of part of a training plan, I guess might be said, or just options available to me. And I'd been kind of flipping back and forth and reading about them and practicing them when I was by myself. And obviously certain things wouldn't work yet, but it just takes the mastery of saying everything properly and moving your hands properly and doing all the stuff you're supposed to do. And as we've gone around and had different experiences, and there were several times where I wanted to help and I couldn't, just kind of waffled back and forth in a couple different options, and finally in the last couple of days had kind of decided that this is the way that I'm gonna go for it. This is the one I'm really gonna. I've been kind of trying out a few of them and they're not working, but this is the one that I really want to learn.
Okay, so maybe last night during her preparations before bed, she finally managed to cast Counterspell, and she was confident that she's now, competent with the spell, or is that not how it worked?
I don't think I would have been able to cast it last night, right?
No?
Because we woke up being
So I'm
leveled.
saying, you level overnight, but
I think I was practicing it for sure.
Yeah, for functionally, we can say that you leveled. Contextually, for the story purposes, it could be just before you fell asleep. It could be, as soon as we entered the game.
I think I like the idea of her practicing it, but not intending to cast it at the time, but just kind of sitting and doing the this is what I have to do with my hands. This is what I say.
Sure, okay.
Looking up the pronunciation, really focusing on intently.
So would you say that her spell casting is a bit more kind of reflexive?
Yeah.
Like an intense sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit more intuitive and like based on just reacting to her environment. Like there's a little bit of like as she like looks around and tries to like plan ways that she can help, but mostly it's definitely like, oh heck, oh heck.
that describes the interaction with the Will o' the Wisp quite well. Oh fuck!
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. How about Aura then?
I don't feel like it would be that of a weird thing to wake up where she has done. I don't think it's that
Okay.
weird or something.
All right. Well, so I mean, how is Aura feeling being surrounded by gobos?
Probably almost like it's not real. Like she never thought she would see another gobbo or like interact with another gobbo. Probably need to stop calling them gobbos, but
I know,
yeah.
I realize I've been calling gobbos consistently forever, but I feel like using the word gobbo somewhat removes them from the D&D archetype of
Yeah,
goblin, which I quite like.
Wait, they're goblins?
Well, and also, I always think the way that people depict goblins is kind of silly because the D&D books go out of their way to say like they have the same average intelligence as humans. The average goblin intelligence is a 10, and everybody always like depicts them as like unintelligent and barely able to communicate and stuff. And like language barrier is one thing for sure, but like the idea that they don't have like higher thinking, and I'm like, average human, same level of intelligence, y'all. Like, I don't know. Like the goblins can be just as smart as hyacinth.
Well, the like kind of important thing to think about like that way is that, especially when it comes to adventurers, is that all adventurers pretty much across the board are supposed to be like exceptional individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And the same goes for gobbo adventurers. But then you're right, a lot of goblin character like monster stats and stuff are, they got some good shit in there. Like it's not fair to assume they're all above, like below humans in any way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Given the apparent average displayed by humans at the moment. I mean,
Okay, listen.
we're out here hoarding toilet paper.
If that's the average. What is it? Was it Men in Black? I think it's Agent K says a human is smart, or a person is smart, but people are dumb, panicky animals.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Casey.
Casey.
Hi,
I think
Casey.
I missed saying hello to Shadow. So hi, hey Shadow, how's it going? Okay.
Sorry. Anyway.
So yeah. So I mean, one thing I would say is that I think waking up in the midst of a goblin camp where there's been noise consistently throughout the night of people, you know, getting up and doing their own thing and not really giving a fuck about about time, might be somewhat similar to circus life.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've got some parallels there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. So when it comes to Oro learning her spells, how do you think that happens?
I have an idea that
Yeah,
I'd thought
go
about
ahead.
as you asked Kaylee, and I was like, oh shit, he might ask me. I need to think of something. So Aura's been writing in her like diary every night about everything that's been happening. So she would have been talking about every trap that she's come across. And we've also stated that Oro lucid dreams sometimes.
Ooh.
As canon, she lucid dreams sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And maybe it was some kind of like trap escape room thing that she was in, that she's just been so focused on traps, especially today, that she had some kind of like escape room that she needed to get out of that had a bunch of traps.
I love that. I really love that.
I'm locking
That's
that
awesome.
in. That's my answer. That's how she got there.
I'm locking that in. That's my
Locking that
answer.
in.
That's
I love the idea that Aura's spells come to her in lucid dreams, and that's why it only happens sometimes.
Yes.
That's
it.
fucking perfect. That's perfect. Okay, cool. So, what do, party? What do?
Well, first thing, I noticed just how awake Randall is. God, I wish I could be that just like awake and ready to go in the morning. Man. Maybe I need to like practice or something. I don't know.
Yeah, practice waking up. keep going to sleep and then wake up. Over.
Eat something.
You're gonna practice going to sleep and waking up.
Should do it every day.
Randall's been waking up every day of his
So
life.
Wise.
You know, it just comes with the years and the well-read nature of.
How old is Randall?
That's a great question. He is 31.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's got some years on him.
Yeah.
Some
All right.
experience.
I feel personally attacked.
Some experience. I didn't say he was
Some
an old
years
man.
on him. Some years on him.
I didn't say he was an old man.
I think Oro's 18 or something.
Okay.
So probably in the eyes of Oro, Randall's like, "Wow, you've fucking lived a million years."
Wow.
Of course, you wake up that ready for the day.
Okay. How old is Nerly? Nerly's young.
Very young. She's not sure exactly, but around the 18-ish.
Okay. Around 18-ish.
I thought you were going to say like 400 or something.
No.
Young.
Like
She's still young, like 400.
It's got another 10,000 years.
I feel like 400 for an elf is like middle-aged. They get like 800 to 1,000, right? Like that's like 400's like 40s. It's just like you add the 0 on for elves. Yeah.
Just not too long away from Randall, who's on the precipice of death. At 31.
Wow.
I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry. Okay, so what's
Technically, we're
your,
all on the precipice of death, but
When we step into that room, we will be.
all the time.
I mean, because we're literally sleeping in a room next to a shadow demon
You are.
orc. Like
There's something going on there.
that was not a meta joke.
There's
Like, very
something-
literal.
There's something in there.
There's something happening here. So, as we wake up and we start eating from our rations and stuff, because I'm not eating goblin food, I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like,
Okay.
you said it was rotting.
I'm kidding. Okay. Wait, like,
Sorry,
it's
social
now-
tourism, that's safety.
It's fucking like 10 to 8. Like we've just been fucking around for.
I know.
40
I was
minutes.
trying
I'm not
to get
rushing you.
started. No,
I'm not
kidding.
rushing you. It's just funny how long we take to get things going.
So say they're eating, and I'm like, I'm not from around here, but I mean close by. But is it common for this many spirits to be restless and angry? Does this just happen all the time?
No.
It just seems like everywhere we go, there's some angry ghost.
It's all places we're being sent. It's like someone is sending us to these places where these ghosts are and where these caches are.
But it's all just people in the town needing things.
I know. And that's what's the weird thing.
Yeah. I don't know if it's connected or not. I don't know how the Adventurers Guild, whatever it's called, could be orchestrating something, because it's just things that people need, but it seems like
Well,
something's going on.
Except for Thistle just told us about this directly.
Well, Thistle told us to go get something.
From here.
Right.
With
so,
that.
So this is a bit different then, because we were sent here.
And the first one we didn't have a choice. There was only one thing on the board.
Right, but
It's a big conspiracy, telling you now. Definitely.
is that a joke?
Nope.
Does he look like he's joking?
Does he
Doesn't
look like
he's
you?
being
Yeah, I was like, Dox
You
looks
look
like he's
like you're
joking,
joking.
so I can't tell if I'm supposed to be.
No, he doesn't look like he's being totally serious, but
Okay.
there's an air of seriousness to it. You can read his emotions perfectly from his amazing hand motions.
He's conflicted, is what you say.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you need to do anything before we go try to stop this cycle of death?
Don't think so.
I guess we better tell them to go be somewhere safer than here.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably best if you do that, Oro.
Okay.
Adam, probably go for a bit of a try in the skull area. Bit of a try.
Are there goblins all around us, or are they?
I mean, you guys are in the Caspian cache, so you guys are
Oh.
you're in your own separate little thing.
Oh.
But you can hear through the door that there's shenanigans. People are up and about. They're doing their own thing.
Shenanigans.
All
Alright.
sorts of shenanigans.
Okay, I want to walk out then into the other room.
Okay. And the first gobbo that you see is ducks. You were introduced to ducks yesterday. Oro was, at least. No one else was. What's Ducks' item?
I can't remember.
God fucking damn it.
I did this last week as well.
In which case, it's the first time, the first gobbo that you meet is not ducks, it's eggplant,
Good day.
who has a spoon, a very big spoon.
Wow, what a mighty spoon.
Thank you!
So wait, he was there yesterday, right? When we were talking
Yeah.
about this bit. Okay.
He's just got this massive spoon on his back. He's like flexing.
So we're planning to go and kill that big orc dude today for you guys.
You kidding?
Well, attempt. Yes, we will. Yeah.
You must take this.
No. No, you must keep.
Okay. He's very clearly. This is not like he just does this on the daily. He's like trying to show off.
Oh, of course, as you would with the big spoon.
Yeah.
You can't reject the spoon. What else is it for? Could you like tell everyone to like clear the area so we could maybe have a safe zone? Because we need to go in there, obviously. So we'll have to move all the furniture and stuff. No.
No.
What do you mean
Don't
no?
go through this door. All my kids are here.
What?
Go through
I
the
mean-
other door.
Oh, there's another door.
Yeah.
Where?
You think we keep our kids right next to the entrance of the death zone?
I mean, we were curious. I mean, you do. Where's the other door?
He just puts his hand up and he scurries off. And he comes back a couple seconds later with a key. Key!
Oh,
You
thanks.
take that!
Okay, where's the other door?
It's where we grabbed you.
That was pitch black.
Oh.
You mean
I take
outside?
you.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And they march you back through the kitchen, open up the doors of the kitchen, which are here. Wait. Here.
Nope.
There.
Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the place. Is
Yeah.
it alt click or shift click?
Nope. Don't.
There.
Ah.
And then he marches you along the precipice. Turn here.
Don't drag me, bro.
Drag me,
right
bro.
there. Now that's where he takes you on. And he gives you the key, says, bye! And he runs away. His massive spoon flagging in the wind.
I mean, if
Did
you've
they
got a
come get
massive
us
spoon,
before
go
they
shower.
did that, or did they just take Oro by them?
They just took our own.
I would have told you guys to come with me. They were dragging me away.
Where's Aura going?
You would have come with
So
me.
big.
You would have come with me. Okay.
I mean, yeah, if I saw them leaving, I'd definitely been like, hello. I don't understand. They're supposed to leave, not us.
Or I mean, Eggplant is not impressed by your company, but you have noticed that Eggplant is also flexing the spoon. Are you impressed by the spoon flexing?
Who are you talking
Everybody,
to? Everybody?
anybody.
Oh, very
Yeah.
impressed. That's a huge
Is
spoon.
it impressive?
It's a really big spoon relative to the size of a goblin.
Is it just like a normal size spoon?
No, it's a very big spoon for you, but not as big of a spoon relatively.
Like
Oh, I
how?
see.
Like
Bigger.
Because you are different sizes.
how many feet long is it?
It is 3 feet long.
That's a big spoon.
It's a big spoon.
It's
It's too big.
How big is the spoon part in comparison to the handle part?
It is a
2.5
ratio
feet
of 2 to 1.
Okay.
how much cereal could I eat?
There would be too much cereal for your tiny little human mouth.
Stupid
But if
tiny
you were,
human
I
mouth.
don't know, maybe a giant.
Yeah, I'm curious as to where it came from. Like, I guess like as I watch, it's like less impressive, like what he's doing or the spoon itself, and we're just like, what kind of creature needs a spoon that big?
No creature.
And why did they end up with this spoon?
Not the size
Not
of
the size of the spoon, it's how you
use
it.
Very impressed with the spoon. I think
it's clear to you that it's a bit like, if you were to go to someone's house and they've got a kid and then they want to go show you all their favorite toys,
Oh yeah,
except with a massive spoon.
yeah. You have to be impressed.
Spoon is the favorite toy.
You gotta be impressed. You gotta be impressed.
Oh wow, very good.
Now he's posing with it.
I think it's time to go.
Great spoon.
He drags the spoon away, sadly.
No,
Oh,
no, it's gonna make me sad. Should we open the door? Is Nugget with us? I assume.
Nugget's with you.
All right. If we don't need to prepare anything beforehand, no pep talk beforehand.
right. Let's do
Then-
this. Don't die.
Don't die. Good pep talk.
Nugget looks really like inquisitive and curious when you say pep talk.
Maybe we could try talking to him first. I know that seems silly, but
Shh.
wait, out of character question. We all know about the thing with him charging back in to kill them all. That wasn't a dream that Randall had, right?
That was the inscription above the Caspian Cache. Everyone saw that.
And we were able to read it. Okay.
Mhm.
So, the problem was that he didn't want to stop fighting. And now he's stuck in his loop, presumably because of the death that he caused. So maybe violence isn't the answer? I mean, obviously that's an option if talking doesn't work, but maybe we could try that first.
Sure.
Sure, why not?
What was his name again?
Ulfgar,
Ulfgar.
right?
Ulfgar, but very
Ulfgar.
Only Ulfgar is Beowulf, isn't it?
close.
I love it. Ulfgar.
Ulfgar.
If you're okay with that.
Wait, do I have to talk? Do I have to talk?
No, I
Okay.
just meant like I don't want you to have a different plan and feel like I'm telling you what to do.
Oh no, I'd rather not kill if don't have to kill. Speaking more like Goblin as time goes on.
Me no want kill if me no have kill.
No, have kill. Big spoon have. Fine.
I just want big spoon.
Well, should we go in then?
Yeah.
Okay.
The door unlocks. You are able to push it open. Inside is a description I'm going to read.
There's a description in
on the inside of the room. It's just in
It's
text.
just a wall with some text on it.
The throne room is a deep cave with a raised plateau on which sits an aged, worn throne. Its edges are lined with bones and colourful talismans. Streaming banners and strings almost appear to tie it down to the foundation of the rock, sprawling across the back of the room in a web of artistry. In the background on the cave wall, you can see etchings and drawings with goblin figures displayed enacting various scenes. A strong recurring theme of stars and constellations across a bright sky frames a depiction of two humanoid figures, one elven and both in armor, hand raised in peaceful gestures. In the foreground is a hulking orc. This is not the drawing anymore. This is the foreground of the scene. Its blade slick with an inky black-red blood, surrounded by foes and memories of its blows still hanging in the air with transient tears into a darkness. Small ledges line the room with inky, shadowy figures of goblins, anger and fear in their eyes as they loose arrows into their foe. So what you're currently seeing in this room is just an ongoing battle scene. Essentially, you've got the walls either side of this main kind of quite a long room, quite a long thin room, have goblins on the platforms either side, and they are equipped with bows and arrows, and they are shooting arrows at this figure. On the far side of the room, you have who you can assume is Ulfgar, with in one hand a javelin, in the other a longsword, and he is slicing at the shadowy figures around him. As he cuts open the kind of this shadowy essence of one of his foes. They fall back, and as he does, he draws his sword. You can see that it cuts and it draws as if it was a brush across the empty air. It's like kind of this shadowy kind of gaseous essence is pulled across along with the blade, and it stays there when his sword is moved to fight other goblins. As he turns to the other goblins, essentially the essence returns itself back into the original goblin, who then gets back up, ready to fight, starts to swing, and then gets cut down again, as if they're in some kind of loop. You notice that the colors, especially those around Ulfgar, remind you of the kind of figures that you saw when you were fighting that horrible rat monster, and that of Harlow. They, for now, are not noticing you. You can hear the twangs of string as arrows are launched. You can hear the clash of swords as if there were swords, but nothing here appears real. Even the goblins themselves are kind of a purpley color. None of them look fully corporeal, but they're definitely not noticed yet.
I look at the other two like,
Did we just shout hello?
Who goes there?
I'm going to like move slightly into the like threshold of the doorway.
Okay.
And I'm going to, before I move in there, I'm going to change the robe to look like a silvery white, like starlight.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, Ulfgar, you need to stop. You're trapped here in an endless loop of hatred and violence, and you need to let it go.
Over the sounds of clashing weaponry, unfortunately, you are not heard. At least that appears to be the case. The loop itself seems to can still be exactly the same.
I'll say it again, but more loud. Like,
Okay, so you're stepping into the room. how many feet are we talking?
If I'm in the threshold and nothing happens, I'm just gonna take like another step as I'm saying it again louder.
Okay. So if we look at the map,
Yeah.
this is the door that you're at. This one here.
Okay.
Okay. So they are over here. Very
Oh.
far end. Very far end.
Oh, how did we see all that then? Are we not like? So they're
this
not
is-
like here.
This is you. I mean, so this is the sight and scene that you saw from here.
Okay.
So when you were like if you recall, you had the kind of like the little window that the goblins had fashioned to see into the
Mhm.
room. I'm re-describing the scene that you saw from there.
Gotcha. I guess I was under the impression that they were like right here.
The gobos aren't there, nor is the orc.
Okay, so
The
they're all the
goblins
way back
are
here.
here and on this platform here, and there are goblins around the orc over here as well.
But he's over here
Yes.
in the big. Okay. Okay. Well, and obviously I would have had to go in and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had it wrong in my head.
I described it in a funky way. So are we talking more steps into the room?
Yeah. Like if we opened it up to an empty hallway, I figure we would have at least gone to the turn here at first before having the like exchange of glances and
Sure.
figuring out what we were going to do.
Okay.
So
all right,
then-
that's fair.
So then probably just like stepping into the hallway at first. And if he still doesn't notice, then like taking a couple steps, maybe getting like halfway down and trying again.
So as you try again, you realize now that the goblins either side now, I mean, they are still just ahead of you, but in order to get to yourself to this corner, you are now putting yourself in a line of vision of these goblins either side of you and Ulfgar at the far end, who is currently engaged with multiple goblins.
Mhm.
You hear like an echoed voice that sounds like it's not really from this time. Turn and shout, "More intruders!" As arrows come flying in your direction. We will be rolling initiative and moving to this fucking ugly ass map. So let me just bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, okay, we've already got a Randall there. That's fine. And bloop yourselves down onto here as we open up the turn order. I'll delete yourselves from there, and you can re-add.
Oh.
You do not have good luck with initiative.
Here we is.
Never
boys
take
and
the
girls.
initiative.
Ooh, yay.
Talking about
First-
luck with initiative.
Oh.
First natural one of the day.
Nice.
Woohoo.
Right, it's been Oro every other time.
True.
Well, let me just add these boys and girls to the turn order. Is that everyone? That looks like it's everyone.
Oh, they're actually going after us. Haha. Or after me, I should say.
Yeah, I haven't put their initiatives in yet.
There we go. Okay, that's what it was.
Let me just grab their stat blocks. I saw a video earlier of someone dancing with their dad to that song and miming it and stuff, and it was very good.
Is that what gave you the inspiration for the mime staff?
No, this was earlier today.
Oh, okay.
And D&D books, it's so hard to find what you want.
Now it sounds like you're humming Fudu Fa Fa.
Okay. That's me. Maybe you can hear my keyboard me slamming in the initiative order. All right, we got 20.
Oh, geez.
19. Oh my god, that's a lot of very consecutive numbers.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, no. Gonna get good use out of my shield spell today.
Did I roll exactly the right number of things? I did. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, wow.
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 Right, okay, right. So
Oof.
the top of the turn order, we have Oro, and then we've got a lot of goblins.
Great.
Like, oh my god, that's a lot of goblins between you guys. Holy shit. Okay, Oro, you're
Right.
up. You see an arrow go flying into the direction of Nurili. It does not hit her.
Excellent news.
But in front of you is this just messy scene of a lot of gobbos. Spooky shadow gobbos.
Spooky shadow. Yeah. How?
The goblins that you see at the far end of the room are still fighting Ulfgar.
Okay.
They haven't all just immediately snapped their neck around the second that you guys have come in and all decided to fight you. They are still
Great.
fighting amongst each other.
How tall is the room? How big?
So it's about 20 foot high. Pretty much consistently throughout the entire thing. It does get deeper as it goes towards the plateau, but then then at the far end it kind of lifts up again. So it kind of like it kind of evens out a little bit.
Is it enough room for Nugget Boy?
Nugget Boy can fly.
Excellent. Are these two on that's like closest to us up high? Or are they?
Yes, they are at 5 feet off the ground.
Right, okay.
So high.
For a
For a
goblin.
gobbo. That's a tall order.
Scary height.
That's like 2 stories for a goblin.
Can I get on Nugget and fly towards the goblin boy? Or is that not possible?
Technically, no. So if you're on Nugget,
Hmm.
then Nugget needs to move on Nugget's turn.
Are these goblins looking at us? These
So the ones closest to you
Yeah.
are
right.
so the ones that are currently looking at you, I'll move them so they look like they're actually looking at you. These boys and these boys. This guy is looking this way. I'll make it accurate. There you go.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So is this boy looking at you? This
Is
boy
this-
looking at you, and this boy looking at you.
Looking at you. Okay. I shall. Wait, how far are they away?
This is now accurate, so you can check the ruler.
I was trying to get to it, but there's a bunch of different options now. 15 feet. Okay. So I'm gonna just shoot my bow and arrow at the boy on the left.
Okay.
That's my dagger. Wrong one.
Shoot.
That
I didn't even read.
Okay.
I just clicked the first thing, and I was
is an absolute hit.
Oop.
9
Need.
points. Okie dokie.
Is there anywhere for me to hide, or is there not? Like,
So this very well drawn map
yes,
shows these raised platforms.
yes.
You are shorter than the raised platform is, so you could hide essentially behind this platform and use that as a way to cover yourself.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Yeah.
Effective.
Hid. I hid.
Okay. Hid action.
I
I've
hid.
been hitted.
Hid.
All right. In which case, you.
You.
Oh gosh. That's an old reference. Now you're thinking of the song.
Yeah.
So a couple of my friends and I thought that whole thing was hilarious, and we spent an evening one time in our friend's apartment learning the whole dance.
Aww.
Do you still know any of it?
Oh god.
I know a bit of it.
Oh, it was
Just-
a long time ago.
Okay. In which case, please roll a stealth check for me, Oro. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No. Wait, maybe. No.
Nope. Okay. Right. Gobbo. Oh, press the wrong thing there. Boop, boop, boo-doo-doo, boop, boo-doo-doo. Roll that dice faster, please. Misses. Goblin number 2. Good job, Goblin number 2.
Are they shooting?
They are attacking Ulfgar, these guys at least.
Okay.
Wow, massive damage. Massive damage. That is a miss. The one that Oro has just shot is going to return fire, but this can be directed at Nerly, which is a 23 against DC.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, then that hits.
Yeah.
If they're
okay.
shooting at me and it looks like it's going to hit, then I'll usually use my shield, but there's no point in using it if it's like I probably didn't even see that one coming.
It's a quick.
Yeah.
Fuck you, get out of here. Which is a whole grand total of. Nope, that's not right. I rolled the wrong thing there. 7 points of damage.
Oof. Ew.
7 points of damage as an arrow, a spectral arrow, embeds itself into you and then immediately dissipates into a puff of purple, kind of inky smoke. You feel yourself at somewhat of a disadvantage. He says to foreshadow the fact that the next attack roll that you make will be at a disadvantage. And then we have another Gobbo who's also going to throw something at you. This Gobbo on the high ground, this is on the southern wall, brings up what looks like kind of like a bowler almost, and he releases it. And as it goes into the air, it opens up into a net that comes right down on top of you.
On me?
On top of you, yep. Are you gonna?
Yeah, that one I'll try to shield. Can you shield that?
Yeah, it's an attack.
Okay.
It's a projectile.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's 21 against AC.
Yeah, it still hits me.
Okay. Shield.
Even with shield, I only have a 17. So.
Okay. Oh yikes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the net comes spinning in the air as it's going to land upon you. You use your shield, but unfortunately, the shield dissipates just as the net gets on top of you, closing down on top of you. You are effectively grappled now. Okay. And that's turn. Then we got another Gobbo who makes another attack against Ulfgar and misses. Nugget!
Can Nugget help Nerly at all?
Yes.
With the grapple thing?
Yes.
Nugget would do that, I would
Nugget
think.
can make a strength check to try and break open the net.
Strength is over the top. 15.
Oh, Nugget with ease just tears the net open immediately, barely on her for a split second before that net is immediately removed and torn into shreds by Nugget.
Thank you, Nugget.
Excellent move, Nugget. Is there anything else that Nugget's going to do with Nugget's turn? That's their action taken up.
So they've just got a movement left, right?
Yep, and a reaction. A bonus, I guess. Bonus bat action.
Bonus bat action.
Looks adorable.
I was gonna say be cute.
Surely that's the reaction.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
I want Nugget to wait. Could Nugget take me away now? Would this take me away? If I wanted to fly a Nugget.
So that would probably require an action to pick you up on top of the movement.
Okay.
We've got a bit of a. We're not lined up here. We're not lined up here, unfortunately. But you could,
Or another thing is if Nugget was like up here, flying up here next to this dude, and then next turn, if I hit him, the coordinated attack would work because it's in melee range. Okay, that's fine.
You just have to attack. You don't have. It doesn't even have to be the same target. I don't think.
Okay, I might move him over here then to the dude with the trapped.
Sure.
Nearly instead. Right.
Up and away, my beautiful Nugget.
That's it then.
Okay. All right. So Nugget has jetted off and positioned themselves in a place where they can get some slicey slice action on the boy with the net. who captured Neroli very briefly. We now go to Ulfgar's turn, who is drawn. Whose attention you have drawn. Whose attacks I thought I'd put on this page, but I can't see.
Oh, well, he can't attack.
Therefore, he has no attacks.
We're fine.
That's weird. I remember doing
+2 to hit, definitely.
that.
-1.
Very
to
weird.
damage. Versus monks.
On account of being
Crazy.
partially ethereal, -1 to damage.
Where the fuck did that go?
Oh no.
I definitely did that. Okay, it's fine.
It was not
Right.
fine.
Is it in D&D Beyond instead of Roll20 or something?
No, I don't use D&D Beyond.
Okay.
It's okay
Was it in
because
dreams?
it's right here. As he lifts his javelin, longsword in one hand, he throws it directly at Nugget. 25 against AC.
That probably hits. Yeah.
Okay.
Nugget.
For 13 points of damage.
Move.
Big oof.
Big oof.
Give it back.
Nugget will also be at a disadvantage on the next attack he makes. So I'll put a little bit of a little logo so we remember.
Yeah,
Not
I
that
put
we
a little
ever
poison
remember.
on mine. Oh, you did the same thing. I love it.
Well, I copied what I saw in your.
Oh, okay.
And we've got some other Gobbo boys going to throw their javelins at Ulfgar, missing because. Oh no, this guy's going to shoot at Nugget as well. And misses Nugget. Another arrow goes flying in your direction. This one is directed at Nugget, piercing the wall instead. Once again, disappears into an inky purple color as it embeds itself into the wall. But finally, we get to the section of the turn order where we've got our other
There's a
players.
fight?
Right, Randall Doddragon, what are you doing?
So I think Randall is a little confused. Like, wait, are we fighting the goblins? Surely we just want to kill Ulfgar. And then he's going to charge all the way across.
All the way across.
Yep. Because fuck it.
Randall done dragging his feet, am I right?
I'm going to move here.
Okay, so in this you are going past
To
two gobbos who are going to give you a good old heckin' stabbo, or they're going to try.
they ain't going to do it.
We've got a 15 and a 9 against AC.
The 9 definitely doesn't hit. 15 is my AC, so that hits.
That is a hit, yeah. Plus, plus.
I'm going to use a key point so I can dodge. As a bonus action.
As a reaction, or as you run through.
Well, it's a bonus action, so as I run through, I guess.
Okay.
Can I do that?
I will allow it.
I'll do that.
I will allow you to spend that precious resource.
Right, I've got 5 of them now. I realised that I forgot to put it up last level as well. And I only had 3 on my sheet.
Okay. So
Doesn't mean I can
as
do
you
less whacking. But
sprint directly towards Ulfgar, you are dexterously dodging the damaging. Shit, I'm running out of D words.
What kind of
Dangers.
weapon is he using?
He's got his
Me.
quarterstaff. Oh, the goblins.
Yeah.
These javelins.
javelins.
Unfortunately, there's no javelins. It's all right. It's okay. You managed to dodge them. You dodged them.
Dirk?
Dodge
What are
them.
dirks? Aren't those just
Oh.
longer javelins?
They're like
Like,
little daggers on there, Dirk.
Yeah, it's a dagger.
Darn, I thought.
It's a long thrusting dagger.
Oh, forgot the R on that. It's not.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
So it's a short dagger, even. So it's a tiny dagger. Just
Oh.
kidding. It's the opposite of what I was thinking.
You managed to dexterously dodge the damage. as you
Ooh,
serpentine. As you get through here.
And then
Arrive. Oh my good gosh!
double hits.
Oh
What's
my.
about one
Double
hit?
hits.
What one isn't a hit, probably.
And with a crit though. The big old heckin' critto.
oh, the table.
The table. To the table.
Roll a D100.
So I use roll D20 damage for it as well.
D20 damage.
Not D20 damage, but roll 20 damage. 97.
Oh,
That's a high number.
demoralized, prone, stunned, 2 rounds, triple damage. You can temper that however you would like. So the way that this table works is like on the success chart, the lower you roll, the more innocuous it is, and the higher you roll, the more absolutely ridiculous it is. But it's the same for the fumble chart, where the lower you roll, the worse it is, and the higher you roll, the more innocuous it is.
Oh, oh my! First attack on the big bad evil guy.
Dodge
It was a
Weave
cutscene
it.
we didn't realize.
Holy fucking shit. Okay, so what was that? Can you read that to me one more time, please?
So it's called demoralized. He's
Mhm.
prone. He's stunned for 2 rounds, and he takes triple damage.
That's a lot.
I think it
That
seems
seems
perfectly
like a
reasonable.
I rolled 97.
That's
think
why I
it's
said feel
justified.
free to temper it
I
however
think it's
you would
justified.
like.
I rolled 97, man. Do you know how hard that is?
You did. Do you know how hard that is?
It's really difficult. It's really difficult.
So like
So-
you tempered the bad stuff against us. So if you wanted to like make that,
I have made some of the bad stuff less bad.
'Cause that's a
against
lot.
you. That's a lot. Okay, we'll go with
2.5 damage.
no, you can have your
Well-
triple damage.
well, because triple damage is like you've already crit, so it's doubled. So you're just getting one more single
Yeah.
version of
We'll
it.
have it stun. We can have everything else, but stunned for 1 round, not 2 rounds.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
I feel like that's quite fair. I feel like triple damage, stunned and prone. I feel like, is that everyone happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Jenny's
another-
like, no, I want my double stun.
Yeah.
I think that's slightly more fair than immediately double stunning with triple damage and making prone.
I don't know, it seems fair to me.
Seems fair, yeah. What if you roll 100 on that? Does
Yeah, what's it
the
do?
just straight up die?
100 final strike, DC 18 con save or die. Prone 1d4 squares knocked back, stunned 3 rounds, quadruple damage.
Oh my god.
And so if you fumble, right, critical fumble, and then you roll a 1, it's called seppuku, knocked prone, disarmed, 1d3 squares away, stunned 2 rounds, critical hit on self.
Oh.
Do you then have
But-
to roll?
Why
the
are we
hit table
using
on
this
yourself?
table?
And then if you roll 100, you just kill yourself instantly.
No, because conversely, if you roll a 1 to 5 on the critical success table, it's just called a ludicrous maneuver. All allies with passive perception of 12 get +2 on the next roll. So it's like, okay, next to like +2 your next perception.
No, I'm aware. Yeah, some of these are balanced, but that
And
is
then-
fucking bonkers.
And then on the fumble table, 81 to 100, it says nothing unusual happens. So like
Oh.
it's
It's
Yeah.
fair in most cases, yeah.
and like in the critical hit 6 to 9 is like you get disadvantage, like one of the opponents gets disadvantage. So it's like they go from really like nothing, literally nothing, to like something small to ridiculous if you have control. entirely.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking bonkers. But we'll take the triple damage,
So again,
stunned
roll
for 1
D8.
round and prone. Yeah.
You don't get triple modifiers, either.
No.
Okay, so that's 13, 18.
Okie dokie.
I guess I won't bother using stunning strike.
Oh my god.
You got this one for free.
Yeah, he's stunned for a round and prone.
I assume 11
Okay.
did not hit.
Correct, yes. This guy is stood here, javelin, ready to go stab this guy, and just sees you sprint across this room, dodging the other goblins, and then just go thunk. Right.
Bonk.
And he goes, just
Stars
fall
appear
over.
above his
Yeah,
head.
exactly.
Yeah.
Little birds.
Shut
And just he's just like He's going to use his opportunity to get some stabs in. He's prone, so he gets advantage.
Come on, Goblin crit.
He doesn't crit, but he does hit.
Goblin crit.
Probably better than he was doing.
Yes, he does some damage. Okay. Right, Nerily, you're up.
Okay. The minute I started to talk, I coughed. That was weird. Anyway, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm not sick. So as I see, like that was kind of like my thought too that Randall had, where it's like, no, we don't want to hurt the goblins. Hopefully they won't, like when they see us helping them, they won't attack us as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of have that same thought, and I like rush in a little bit. Probably like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna like scoot along the edge of the wall, hoping that like if I duck down, he doesn't technically get an opportunity attack. Well, he is a ranged creature anyway.
Ranged creature.
Yeah. Ranged. He's using a ranged weapon. I mean, because you have to melee attack. And anyway, sorry.
Social distancing goblin.
It is, yes. And as I see like Randall like connect and kind of like knock him over, I'm just going to yell out to him again. Ulfgar, you're in a terrible dream. You need to wake up. The violence is not the answer. You shouldn't be killing them, and you know it. That's why you're still trapped here. And as I do that, just like the need to like stop this and like try to save them all from themselves in a way, like this like need to like make this horrible thing stop happening kind of like fills those like washes over me, I guess, like wanting to prevent all of this like recurring death. And like my eyes start to glow again, and there's like the flutter of those like wings behind me. I don't think I really realized it's happening.
The wings appear. The wings are back. Winged girl.
Okay. Oh, Randall doesn't even see because it's behind him.
Aura's peeking around the corner.
What? Okay, so you illuminate your immediate vicinity by popping them wings. Is there anything else that you want to do with your turn?
Randall seems to be fine for now. Oh, you know what? Actually, well, I mean, like he's not like hurt.
He's
literally, he literally has not taken any damage. Oh, I'm a little hurt. Well, no, I can't do that actually. Do I even have any? I don't think I even have any. I know I can't. There's nothing I can do. That's it. Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay, so you shout out to Ulfgar.
Yeah.
Yo, come to your senses.
Yeah.
He seems. I mean, he seems otherwise occupied.
I was hoping in this moment where he seemed a bit dazed that like the bloodlust might like fade a little bit, and there might be a little bit more like able to appeal to his higher thinking. You know, that's my hope.
In his damaged brain.
Yeah, like when you're in a coma and you can still hear people like that.
That's well.
I was thinking more like a Hulk when you knock him out and he turns back into the scientist.
Well, you can see only hatred in his eyes as he stumbles backwards and falls over. Oro, top of the turn order for you.
Beautiful. Are these goblins at the top still focusing on us, or have they like?
Yes, they. I'm afraid have not drawn their attentions away from you. Intruders, kill them!
I want to shout in Goblin to them.
Okay.
Oh, I'd like to move forward first, so I'm a little bit closer to the majority of goblins. Wait, what did you say, Dogs?
I said in Goblin.
In Goblin. I want to shout. We're here to help you attack the Orc Man.
Okay. Well, you hear a response of a couple different voices. One of them says, "Help! Please help!" Another one says, "Yes, kill Orcman!"
Nice.
Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Is there a place I can see Orc Dude from where I am? Or
So there is a ramp up to the plateau. And additionally, so this whole area, let me just see if I can draw. No, I'll just ping it instead. This whole area here is actually lower. Because it slopes down,
oh,
and
right.
then the ramp is raised. Sorry, the plateau is raised with a ramp that goes back up to it. So actually, where you're standing is pretty much on the same level as the plateau. So from where you are, you could effectively shoot at Ulfgar. However, because he's prone, you would have disadvantage on melee attacks. Yeah, advantage on melee attacks, disadvantage on ranged attacks.
Okay. Could I maybe prompt Nugget to pick me up on his turn
Yep.
and just be ready for Nugget?
Okay.
Am I?
You want to like mount Nugget when Nugget gets there?
Yeah.
You could. I mean, you haven't used an action, right?
Nope.
So you could ready your action to be essentially, I'm going to attack when I'm on Nugget.
Okay.
But again, you're going to have disadvantage because he's still prone and he's stunned for this turn, so we can't get up.
Okay. Can I still cast Hunter's Mark on him?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do I need to cast that now, or do I cast that at the time I'm attacking?
You can cast that now.
Okay.
You're essentially being like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
You just wait.
Just wait.
Just
I'll get
wait
you.
right there. Okay.
I'm gonna get you.
I'll
Just you
wait.
Okay, right. Well, it seems like the Gobbos have been
Swayed.
swayed. By
Rallied?
Rallied for their Gobbo sister. And we now have a bunch of fucking Gobbos.
Gobbo intermission, everyone.
That's the
4, 5,
name for like a group
6.
of goblins. Bunch of fucking gobbos.
Bunch of fucking
Not a
goblins.
single one of them hit.
But they're determined, damn it.
Oh no, 2 of them get advantage. Oh yeah, half of them get disadvantage, and 2 of them get advantage. The 2 that had advantage, 1 of them hits. Everyone else misses.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Woo! Doing a whole X number of damage.
A whole damage. 1 damage.
A whole something. Something happens. Some damage is done. Nugget is now gonna come get you, and because the Gobbos are now no longer interested in attacking you, it's not gonna have an attack of opportunity against Nugget. Nugget comes sweeps down to get you, so we got like 5, 10, 15 feet to get you.
Yep.
How much movement does Nugget have?
60 feet, I think.
Oh, okay, easy peasy then. Where do you want to go?
What it says speed upping to 20/25 feet once healed, and then 60 feet fly.
Oh yeah, 60 feet fly. Yeah, we remember when we first got Nugget. Nugget was injured. Nugget's fine now.
Nugget's fine now. Okay, cool. Fly up
15 feet so far.
in the air. I'm gonna go over here in the air. Oh no, wait, I can go further than that. I can go way further than that, right? I can go all the way over the other side. It's fine. You can go all the way over here.
Like 45 feet. Yeah.
I want to go here.
Zoom.
Whoa.
Zoom. That's the sound Aura makes when she goes like. Zoom.
Up and away! Hoop, boom.
Take me away. I like that. I like the idea that that's the command word. Or seeing the.
It will be. It should be now. I can't really sing that high, but you can do it every time I need to fly.
Okay, so you're on top of Nugget. You are now up and away. You've used movement to jump onto Nugget, and you reserved your attack for
Yes.
when you were when you're on Nugget. So now you can make an attack. Again, it's sadly on disadvantage because he is prone.
Oh.
Doesn't fucking matter. Roll your damage with your Hunter's Mark.
Nin.
Okie doke. And it's done. Right. It's now his turn. He's stunned. It's now Gobbo's turn.
Garbo turn.
Bravo turn.
Oh, but he was stunned, so he couldn't stand up, so he's still prone.
Yep. He just didn't. He did absolutely nothing that turn, so he's still prone. Miss, because gobbos are amazing.
Amazing
Stats.
at missing.
For monsters. Randall, you're up.
Well,
Are you feeling quite confident?
I'm feeling pretty cocky, pretty confident.
You can tell that
So
by
he's on the
his
ground.
miming.
Yeah.
How does he mime that?
Stand up straighter.
Just like blows the end of his staff off.
Nice.
Phrasing.
Okay. So I get 2 attacks, but each one's an advantage. So it's 1 attack. Just
22.
And then 2 attacks. Nope. Yep.
Oh my god.
So that's those 2 hit.
Mm-hmm.
You can click the advantage toggle and it'll roll twice for you.
I could have done that. That would have been much more sensible. Thank you.
Right.
But then I can spend a key point.
Okay.
And get 2 unarmed attacks with advantage because it's on
I wish I was as cool as Randall.
Whap. Whap.
Whap, whap, whap.
Oh, whap, whap.
24.
1 misses, 1 hits.
And then I can also, because why not, spend another key point and do Stunning Strike as well.
He's going all out, lads. Oh my god.
Do you make a con save when you're stunned?
He makes a con
He's
save.
not stunned.
Oh, right, because he's stunned at the end of his turn.
Come on. Don't be stunned. Don't be stunned. Don't be stunned. Don't
Be stunned, be
stunned.
stunned.
Oh.
Crit save.
Takes 19 damage though.
Oh, fucking
Nice.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this poor boy.
Poor boy.
Yes,
He's
this
just-
poor
he's-
murderous
He's
bloodthirsty
just
boy.
having a wonderful bloodlust dream.
Bloodless dream.
On the stream, wow.
And then these
I mean,
motherfuckers come
everyone
in,
gets one eventually in their life.
knock him out, and beat the ever-living fuck out of him. Jesus. Right, okay. Well. Are you Randall done, Dragon?
I mean, I could have run around him as well, but I'm not going to.
Just in circles.
50 feet of movement, just run around.
He wakes up and he's got stunned for another turn because he's dizzy. Right, this guy. Come on, Gobbo. 1 Gobbo's going to hit. He hits. Advantage. Damage. Right, Nearly, you're up.
Okay, he didn't get back up, so that kind of changed the plan. But, is Nugget still hurt? Nugget took a lot of damage, right?
Nugget took a whopper of a hit.
Yeah.
But he's still doing pretty okay.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna try again. I'm just like, as I see him kind of like start to come around or whatever, and the goblins are attacking us, I'm just like walking forward. I'm just gonna like make another plea, like, please, you're dead already. This is just happening over and over again. You have to stop. Please wake up.
He shouts back, "Why do you defend these monsters?"
They're not monsters. They're just different than you. There are people that would call you a monster.
They killed innocents.
Did they have a choice? Do we give them land to farm on or allow them to have animals to feed themselves? No. Everyone treats them
we're
like
going a little
monsters.
bit out of 6 seconds here.
Oh, I know, yeah. I thought so too, but I didn't. I was like, man.
Okay. I mean, you can continue
Yeah.
discussing, but if you want to get the full extent of your conversation out of that, it's going to be missing your action. So I assume you want to take an action.
That's still what I'm
You
doing.
want to spend your turn.
No.
In which case, would you like to roll a persuasion check?
Yes.
A knife! No!
Oh my god, I love that too.
That's such a perfect fucking video.
Oh my god. Sorry, 1 second. Just looking at. Okay, no, that wouldn't work for that. Okay. 21.
Okay. Okay. Oro.
Oh.
It is your turn.
This dude still being a butthole? Is it not listening?
He's not really had much of a time
on.
to retort to Noeli giving him a telling off.
Is he still on the ground, unable to do
He
anything?
is currently still on the ground, yeah. He will be
Yes.
able to do things this turn.
Like stand up and get stunned.
Okay. Back down. I mean, I don't. As much as Oro wants to try and help too, it just doesn't seem like he is going to.
Yeah, no, you do you. Like, don't like.
Yeah.
Act as you would.
I'm gonna hit with my short bow.
Okie dokie, disadvantage.
20 is an 8. Oh no. Can I re-roll that with my lucky point?
Yes.
I'm not going to re-roll it again. I can sense where this is going. I'm not going to carry on.
Why not again, Jenny? Why not
Nope.
roll again?
I don't want to. I'm going to talk to him instead. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Well, you shoot an arrow, and despite
Can Oro miss and then be like, yeah, Ulfa, dude, listen to her. You'll be good now. Come back to us. The light. Stop it. I'll hit you next time.
Warning shot across the bow.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And now we have a shit ton of gobbos. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gobbos. 2 of them are melee. So we've got miss. Miss.
All gobbos are the same.
Hit.
Yes.
2 hits!
One
Yay! We got some damage there. Okay. All right. Okay. Goblins are the same. Right. Nugget's turn. Is Nugget still flapping?
Flapping for the moment. Yes.
Okay. Right. This rumpy motherfucker stands up.
Rumpy.
He's
Got a
very
good
angry.
butt now.
He is. I will reiterate this loud and clearly. It's almost as if he is in a rage.
Like a barbarian rage.
He is just so angry that his grunts are almost unintelligible as you hear him just shout expletives. And
What language?
This is not in common.
Universal
proper bad.
language.
Yeah.
Did you say IPA?
Is it orc? Does orcs have orcish? He's
Yeah.
speaking in orcish. Orcish is what he's speaking in.
I don't know what he's
He's
saying then.
speaking uncommon. Hey, Carl, how's it going, buddy? As he launches himself into
Rages in sign language.
real grumpiness, real super grumpiness at our Randally boy. Randally boy is going to be the target for this, which is a plus this number. Hey, Randall, what's your AC?
50 million.
50 million.
It's not. It's 15.
15.
Hmm.
Okay, both of these hit.
It's actually 17.
Is it actually, or are you fucking with me?
Yes, because I hit him. I made an unarmed strike as part of an attack action, which means I get +2 to my AC on my next turn.
Oh, nice. Okay, in which case, only one of these hit. The temptation to fudge a crit was super high, but obviously I'm not that much of a dickhead. No, unfortunately. I rolled like a normal good DM. Takes 16 points of damage as his longsword cuts an inky swell across your chest. Yeah, this is not the same kind of black purple color, but it's actually more of a black mixed with your blood as your blood hangs in the air along the cut.
If I get another disease, I'm going to be real
Oh no!
This is exactly how the last one happened.
No, he's laughing really loud.
It really is, isn't it? No, okay.
I thought you were laughing so hard because you're like, make a con save. I was
no,
like, oh no.
This is really funny because it was like an inky, like spooky rat thing that got this to you.
Yeah.
No, nothing there.
Not
Okay.
again.
And just to clarify, he did spend his movement to stand up.
Okay.
Okay. He got some slaps in, but it is now double gobbo time as we miss twice. Randall.
Nice.
Even though they don't have disadvantage anymore.
Correct. Yeah.
God damn.
There's a reason he won against all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mime rage off.
So once I've recovered, I'm gonna swear in mime.
What's that look like?
What does that look like? Yeah.
It's just like,
Wow.
Wow. I could really tell that you were swearing.
see, the staff is amazing.
Oof.
Okay, that is a hit and a hit. I think. Yeah.
What about the 10?
Nope.
Okay.
Shit.
And then I'm gonna take a wee step back.
Okay.
Maybe
So he doesn't get an attack of opportunity against you, does he? No, because you have made an attack.
He takes 13 damage though.
Does he?
Yep.
Interesting.
It's like a whack, bang, and then with the unarmed strike, Randall kind of like jumps and like hits him and uses that momentum to like push himself away at the same time.
Nice.
Cool.
I like it. He's so cool, isn't he? Isn't he cool?
That was
He's the
cool.
coolest.
Yeah, he's really cool.
I would be like Randall when I
Look
grow
cool.
up.
I don't I grow up. That's excellent. Okay, this guy rolls a 2. So it's Nerly's turn.
Okay. Now that Randall is backed up,
I'm rolling all my shit rolls on the goblin, so it's okay because when the orc guy comes around, he can actually hit things.
yeah. Well, since Randall has backed up and is right next to me, I'm just gonna reach over and put my hand like over the wound and cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds.
A cure wounds.
Oh,
Really? I rolled as low as possible. Actually, 4 would have been as low as possible. Or I guess this is a total of 7, so 6 would have been as low as possible. So you get 7 hit points back out of a 2nd level spell, because that's really great. I'm so glad that I cast it at a high level. It's so worth it to do that. Oh, man.
As you back up and you feel the healing touch of Nerly, you do get a brief moment to look backwards, seeing Nerly, all wings ablaze.
the wings.
And as I'm doing it and I finish casting the spell, I just look at Ulfgar and I'm like, this is your last chance.
Next turn, I'm fucking you up.
Please, please let go of your anger.
Okay. We need some Star Wars quotes. Right. Oro.
Star Wars quotes. Fear leads to hate, hate leads to the dark side. Or hate leads to fear, fear, whatever, something like that.
Okay, Okay. All right.
Surprise! She did take fireball, motherfuckers. What up, Oro? What we doing?
I'm just gonna short bow the boy.
Okay. So he's not on the prone groundy ground anymore, which is good because you don't get disadvantage, but you do still miss.
I do still miss. Do I want to reroll that? No, I don't. But I do want to move a little bit. I want to move a little bit back.
All right. Okay.
Just in case the fireball happens to appear from somewhere, then I've at least had a radius.
Where this idea came from.
I really love the idea that Katie's told us all that she's got a counter spell as a meme, and she's actually got a fireball, and she's just waiting to drop it. That would be fucking hilarious. Okay. Right. We've now got 6 gobbos. Come on, gobbos.
Miss.
Come on, gobbos.
Oh, I rolled
Gobbos.
something wrong. I'm rolling the wrong number.
Come on, gobbos. Gobbo power. Big gobbo power.
Okay,
All
one
gobbos
miss.
It's known.
It's taking ages to roll the dice for some reason. I don't know why. It just says
Gotta
rolling the
get them
dice.
random numbers.
Yeah,
There we
it does
go.
that sometimes.
Oh, we got a hit. Oh, man, it's taking its fucking time. I guess maybe that's because the whole internet has decided that they want to start playing D&D.
And they've used up all the random numbers. That's the problem.
That's 2 hits. When it takes ages to load, it gives you hits.
Nice.
Okay,
We're okay
so
with that. We'll wait for
It's-
the hits.
It's they're rolling it until you get hit.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we got 3 gobbo hits.
Hey, they rallied. Yay,
Oh my
Gavos.
Do they actually do
God.
any damage though?
They do an amount of damage.
Is it 1?
Between them.
0 is an
Oh,
amount.
one of them got full damage numbers on there.
Woo.
Wow.
Of
Hi, Tess.
however much they do.
How much they do.
Hey, Tess. Did you open a tab? I didn't open a tab. It's not my fault.
Did you open a tab? The shade.
Did you do anything on your computer other than
Listen. All right, Nugget's up, but you moved on your turn, didn't you? Which kind of
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
is supposed to happen on Nugget's turn, but we forget because it's difficult to get those things in our brain boxes. Anything Nugget wants to do?
No.
Okay, he's not going to swear in fat.
Flat.
Right. Right. Taking big strides forward and getting an attack of opportunity against him. Because doesn't matter. Critical fumble table, please.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh,
It's the gobbo. It's the gobbo that got the critical fail.
Yeah.
Oh.
Roll a 1d100. Roll a 1d100. All right, redundancy. Ooh, 89. Nothing unusual happens because it's an 89. It said 81 to 100. We just talked about this. Check the VOD.
Okay. Right, well, he's going to make his attacks. Fingers crossed for some crits. Come on, crits. Where is he? I've never wanted to crit someone so badly.
Why? Why kill me?
Oh my god, I want to show you, but I don't want to show you the stuff on my screen. I actually genuinely don't care. I'm not fucking around. I'm
No,
not
I
fucking
believe you.
around.
I
Yeah, I
believe
believe
you.
you.
Yes!
I
Oh
believe
my
you
god!
back.
Oh Jesus! Okay, I'm gonna roll it. Oh, I'm gonna get a fucking shit roll on this
If
crit.
you roll
I'm gonna
100
get a
on this,
1.
I'm gonna be.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
36.
Oh,
Go
it's
on.
in the,
Oh,
like,
and the
map
crit
range.
table. Oh my jeez, I forgot about that. Well, 36 shouldn't be too terrible. Whew.
Look at
36.
Tommy's like
Oh god.
fizzing with power.
36. Defend. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna sneeze.
Is it that bad?
Okay, 36 defensive strike plus 4 AC for 1 round. Extra damage die.
Oh well.
Extra
Good
damage.
job all those goblins were hitting him before.
Extra damage die. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
If Tom kills Nugget, we're reporting this channel.
Oh my god, this is gonna do so much damage.
Oh no.
So that is.
Don't-
So question.
Not me.
Question. All
I
right.
don't
So
take any damage.
I might need some Adam for this. Although I did sass American the other day, and he said he wasn't going to help me anymore. So when you crit, oh no, actually no, I figured it out. We're okay.
Oh.
I solved my own problem. It does not bode well for you though.
If it's more than 20, like 20 something damage, then we got problems.
Okay, well, it's a good chance it's going to be more than 20 something damage.
Okay. If it's more than 46 damage, we've got serious problems.
So you take
45 points of damage.
you take 30 points of damage as he lunges forward and pierces your chest with his longsword. As he does so, it comes out the other side. Its inky black blade staying there. As he pulls it out, you can still see that there is the tip of the sword on the other side of him by a good few inches. It's just still there. This black kind of sheath made out of the kind of essence of his being mixed with your blood that remains hanging there as you slump to the ground. Never in my life have I been more happy about critting somebody.
Wow.
Let's clip that so it'll be easier to gift later. Oh.
I love you, dogs. It was just because you straight up fucking stunned him with the first time.
I stunned him and did like a tiny amount of damage, and he turned around and did all but 2 of my hit points worth of damage in one hit.
It was just so perfect. It was just so perfect.
Aw.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it was funny. Okay.
2 of my hit points. One hit.
Oh my god. Oh. Big boy. Big boy,
So I'm
big
on the
damage.
floor.
So you're down. In addition, that was one of his 2 attacks.
Oh my god. You know how it seemed at the start that it was going really well? Here's the
so he's going to use his other attack to attack a Gobbo.
Oh.
You should roll
I can't make this up. He critically fails.
Oh god.
Please roll a 1.
You roll out 1d100. You roll it.
Oh, no.
Oh no, is that an 81? No! Nothing unusual happens. I'm angry.
What are the odds of that, though? What the fucking odds? I literally got a crit on his first attack and then immediately a crit miss. Oh my god.
I think what happened was Roll20 was like, oh no, he's definitely going to attack Nurly next. We'll save her. And then they saved a goblin instead.
That was excellent. That was really something. Thank you, world.
It does make for a more exciting story.
It makes for a really fucking hilarious roll. My side.
Also
okay. Right, well, he attempts to slash up this other gobbo, but he fails miserably. Rage still burning in his eyes, a purple kind of like smoke lifting off of his pupils. He turns his attention back to the rest of the party once again. These guys get some attacks. Can't believe that. This is because I pray to RNGs every day. We have another crit fail on a gobbo here.
Oh no, roll again.
I haven't been updating the crit fails. We're probably at like 5 now.
It's a lot, yeah.
Oh no. Bloody mess. Bleeding 1d6 per round. Disarmed. Stunned for a round. Damage to self.
I'll be honest, guys.
Self. Oh no.
Doesn't look good for this guy.
But they keep coming back after being hit by him.
That's true.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, no, that's true. All right. Well, this gobbo is kind of just he lunges at this guy. Unfortunately, makes a horrible error, tumbling to his ground. And I mean, these we've already described in context. Not the fighting goblins. These are the non-fighting gobbos.
But they are fighting.
They're fighting currently, but they are not of,
They're the
of
fighting
they are not of fighting stock, as it were.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, he injured himself. Right. That's another attack from him. Randall! Please make a death saving throw.
Oof.
Save.
Success.
Another attack from a gobbo. He misses.
That's the theme song of this fight.
That's
Every
gonna be
time
in the
they turn
highlight
and
reel.
stuff.
Definitely in the highlight reel. Question: when I twin a spell, do I spend both spell slots or the sorcery points taking up the spell slot? I don't think I know.
I think it's the. That's a good question. That's a good ass question.
You spend only one spell slot, Adam says.
Sweet. That's so good. Okay, so does he look bloodied?
Yes, I do.
The
I'm
orc?
on fire.
No, yes, I know he does.
I'm dead.
It's very gross. Very bloodied.
You can spend a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level to target a second creature in range with the same
Okay.
spell. So yes, it's the same spell, 2 targets.
Okay.
So it's yeah, you just use the one.
No, this is the right decision anyway. Okay. So as I like kneel down, I just like put my hand on Randall, but I'm like staring the Ulfgar down or whatever.
He stares
and I-
back, purple, streaming from his eyes. So much
And
purple in this room.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at a 3rd level.
Okay.
And as I do it, there's like a gentle breeze and then like a shimmering light that kind of like envelops both of us. There, that's much better. I still rolled as badly as possible on the first day, but on the second 2, much better.
So what you want to cure wounds twice?
I'm going to twin the spell,
Yeah.
and in doing so, because I spent a 3rd level spell slot, I'm using 3 sorcery points to cast it on both him and myself.
Oh, and on yourself. Okay.
Yes, because I had also lost hit points, and he
Yeah.
needed as many as
Mhm.
possible. So you are healed to 16, and I am back up to full.
Okay.
Nice.
That is all good. Right. Anything else you want to do?
Not this round.
No? Okay. Oro. Some shit's gone down since your last turn.
Oh boy, has it. Jesus.
Randall has been stabbed and back up.
Oh god. I'm not sure how we're working. I want to get off Nugget is basically what I want to do.
Yep.
If you think Nugget would be able to fly me to the bad man, I
think you could use you can use half of your movement to dismount.
Okay.
And we'll negate fall damage because you're not that high.
Okay.
So you can use half of your movement to jump down.
My movement is 35. So which half are you taking from that?
You can round up.
I'm so. Did the ruler thing change? Now every time I look at the ruler thing,
Yeah,
it's
the
a
ruler thing
circle,
is-
and it doesn't make sense to me every time I look over there.
Yeah, just go snap to
It
center.
measures
Yeah.
from center.
Every time I go over there, I'm like, is that the one? Because it's not the fucking one I want. So I want to get off and.
Adam, that could also be done with a comma.
Oh dear.
Hey, Adam started this.
Just oh dear. I think I can get to him. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not doing the math. I'm not. There's 25 feet when I would have got off Nugget.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. If I have to do quick math, my brain goes into immediate panic, and I don't want to do it. So.
I understand. I understand completely.
Thank you. I want to dual wield my daggers.
Okay. So changing from bow
Yeah.
to daggers is going to be an action.
I hate this game. Everything fun requires a turn.
Yeah, unfortunately, switching.
Okay, I'll just leave my bow out then. I'll just leave my bow.
Okay.
And I'll
you
be
don't
back
wanna
then.
be-
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to stay back now. Hey, Larry. You've missed
Oi.
You've missed some shenanigans. Oh, boy.
Oh no, I clicked dagger. 18. Which probably doesn't even hit him anyway because it's got thingy.
Yeah. What is it? Oh no, wait, he got extra AC, didn't he, from his crit? How much
Ooh.
was it? +2.
4 plus 4.
4.
+4? Yeah, you don't
Yes.
hit. I mean, you could take the roll. What was the roll from the first one? Because you don't have to roll. You don't have, like if you click the wrong thing, but you can take the number because it's the exact same thing, right? It would be
Alright.
+6 for a short bow or +6 for a dagger, so it doesn't
25.
matter. So 25 that hits his AC.
Okay.
So that's a hit. He's got high AC, but it ain't that high. So roll your damage for your dagger. No, roll your damage for your short bow, but using the roll from your dagger.
Yes.
Okay.
And
With your
Hunter's Mark as well.
Yep. Okie dokie.
Daggers only roll a d4 though, so
No,
and short bow rolls a d6.
She clicked the short bow.
Oh, okay.
But we used the roll to hit.
Oh, I see. Okay, good.
Okie doke. So that is this amount of damage. Okie
Just
doke.
making sure that Oro gets every point of damage.
Can I prepare to change what fighting thing I want to do?
You can draw and
Think
stow
about
one-
it so I'm ready to grab the daggers from.
Yeah, so as Katie's about to say,
You can draw or stow one per round, and usually you can drop something for free. So you could drop the bow and draw one dagger, and then next round draw your one free draw as you're drawing your other dagger.
Wouldn't it
and
be
that
cooler
still
if I could
looks
just drop the
cool.
bow and then draw the 2 daggers from my thing that I've got?
Of course, that's what's going to happen. It's just that it has to happen by the beginning of next
Yeah, I
turn.
don't like the rules of D&D.
And then do the other one at the beginning
If you-
of next turn.
If you like to
Innovation
dual,
turn.
yeah, if you like to dual wield, then when we hit level 8, instead of doing your ability scores, you could take the dual wielding feat, which gives you a +1 to AC when you're dual wielding, and it lets you draw and stow 2 weapons per round. That's what Hyacinth had. That's why she was able to.
Yeah, I don't know. My fighting style is 2-weapon fighting, but
oh, okay.
That might give you.
Does that change something?
Yeah, that might.
Let's open up the character sheet. Oh.
Oh, it just okay.
it's just you can engage in it. I don't think it's
okay.
much of a.
Which is part of what I think you get from that feat too. So it kind of be doubling up.
Okie dokie. Get rules in. We're getting rulesy.
Yeah.
Getting rulesy.
Well.
So essentially, if you want to be able to do that in fights, to switch to your daggers, you have to just drop the bow, and we can get stabby.
Get stabby
Okay.
with it.
Stabby. Right. Anything else from Oro?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. So we got our 6 gobos. We've got a lot of misses coming.
Can we stitch all this together to make a full song?
I really hope that that's part of the highlight reel, is taking all the bits of Tom singing, and turning it into a song.
Imagine the amount of work that requires for Jenny.
No, literally just like sewing. I didn't mean like writing background music. I mean like the
Oh, yeah.
No, I meant. Okay, we got 2
And
hits from
like a little
gobos.
animation that goes along with it.
You know what we need?
Okay.
An animation.
Okay, we're getting some damage here.
animation. Oh, breathing.
Okay, he's looking real beat up. Nugget's turn.
Oh, go bite, I guess.
Yeah, go bite. Go bite. Get in there, Nugget. Get in there. Flap, flap. Ah, it's a miss.
No, you can stay there. It's fine.
Okie dokie.
Oh wait, I thought Randall was the bad man's. I've moved more than I need
Good
to.
guy.
I just
I'm
saw
not
a
the bad
circle.
man.
I just saw a circle. I'm sorry.
Are we doing flanking rules? No, right?
No.
Okay.
Right. So in his rage, he's going to continue focusing Randall, and he's going to stay dead as he shouts at you.
Okay.
He rolls twice, both getting the same roll of an 18 versus AC,
Yep.
and that's quite a lot of damage.
Good. I have loads of hit points, ready to soak this damage up.
So the first one does 19 points of damage.
Okay, so I'm down.
Let's say that the second one's against Nugget. Second one's 18 against AC for Nugget, which is a hit, I think. And does 14 points of Nugget damage.
Nugget damage.
No.
Nugget damage. 14 points of Nugget damage. Chunky Nugget. You want to give the D6 to me, Maori?
Yes, because that's what you need on top of your crits.
Yeah, thanks, Maori. Jesus.
Read the room, Maori.
Read the room.
I've been murdering these motherfuckers. Right,
To be
he's taking his
fair,
turns.
Mary just got here, so
He did. No, Mary missed the crit that insta downed Randall.
And a long crit that it's the down me again.
if they give in, it's because Amir banned them.
It's 2 gobbo hits. We're getting real close to this. I have regrets. It's okay. I won't take the D6. You can give it to D6 to someone else. Randall, you're up. No, you're not.
You're very much down. You're very much not up.
And then
He got knocked down, but he got up
I
again.
got up again.
You're gonna
And
keep
then
him
I was
down.
like, cool, I'll get a turn.
Did
this
you even
time.
get a chance to stand up? You stay prone if you were knocked down prone.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't even stand up. He just smashed me on the ground.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You're the only person in front of him that you can stab. And it made sense for him in context.
Are you
to murder
sure,
you again.
Maori? You don't have to if you don't want to. It's fine.
Aw.
Is it too late?
Don't give it to me. I can't use it. I'm literally on the floor.
Could use it as a death save. Maybe.
You could add it to. Well, I mean, I guess that's up to Tom, but
Huh? No,
Let's
you can
wait
add
and
death
see what you
saves.
roll
No,
on your
for
death
sure.
save.
If you want to add it to death saves, you can add it to
Okay.
death saves. Dying and getting killed again is probably not good for the brain. That's true. Sorry, he's not dying. He's being knocked unconscious.
he's unconscious. Yes.
He's being put in a bad state.
Yeah. In D&D, death is the point of no return.
Do not
I
fear.
don't-
Spells
We're just
or
messing with you,
what's-
Maori. We're just messing with you. We're not like annoyed with you.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry. Don't worry. No harm has been done. Hey, and Wells, how's it
Oh,
going,
Wells.
buddy?
Thank you. 19 months.
So
Holy
you,
fucking shit.
That's a long ass time. I saw you got a
Dang.
chance to play on Scratchkiss's channel. How'd it go?
Ooh.
Death saving throw, please, Randall.
Oh, right, it's my turn. Yeah.
Success.
I
This
lose
was a
my
triumph.
previous success, right?
Yeah, everything gets wiped back to 0 when you brought back up.
I don't think death failures do they?
You don't think what?
I thought the failures didn't.
No, everything gets wiped back to 0.
home rule that the death failures
Oh.
don't get wiped.
Oh,
Yeah. Because if you can get somebody up from 0 hit points back into the fight immediately, then I want there to be some detriment to being put down.
well, then I will eventually
But
run out of
you-
spell slots. That's the.
But you haven't got a failed death saving throw though, so you're
Not
fine.
yet. But I don't keep my successes.
True. Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
It's a death curse upon this land.
right. No, I mean we could. I think. Do you think that would be fair? I mean, you're my players. I'm not some
I don't know,
unfair
it doesn't make
overlord. Like,
sense. Like, why would
I
me
think-
previously being able to survive?
do you think? I mean, would it be more fair if I am pretty committed to the idea of keeping the death saving failures.
I think you give
Do
us
you
a lot
think-
of
would it-
leeway a lot of times.
But
So
would it balance it out if you could also keep successes?
I think what would balance it out is if, like, I don't know, you're pretty good at letting us use like inspiration to do things, like your inspiration to do things that we wouldn't normally be able to do. So like we could either use an inspiration point to keep them, or like use our inspiration to find a way to like
Okay.
help
All right.
them when they're making their saves or something like that. Like, I don't know. I think it adds an element of danger. And it's like,
yeah. Well, yeah, one of my few hang-ups with 5th edition is that it's very, very hard to kill players. Not that that's necessarily a problem, because I have no intention of trying to actually murder you.
yeah.
If it happens,
I mean,
then that would be very
that isn't what it
unfortunate,
seems
but
like.
it's possible. It's possible, unlikely but possible. But I want that to be something that can happen. You know, I don't want you guys to be invincible forever and never dying. If you guys think that's
certainly not going to happen. I can tell you exactly how many more rounds I have of making sure we don't die.
If you guys genuinely feel at any point, if at any point you feel like any of my rulings are straight up unfair, we can discuss them. It's a give and take situation. But Torch just said, just home rule that he dies already, Tom.
Oh my god. The only death failures that shouldn't stick, I think, are for Nugget.
Well, it's all right if Nugget dies. Nugget can just be brought back to life by Oro.
Okay, then we're
Aura
good.
that we need to protect, really.
Yeah, so if I die,
exactly.
then-
Nugget can come back. That's why it's so good that Nugget's such a tanky boy.
Oh, nice.
It's very rare that Oro should be killed
Nugget.
because Oro can just put Nugget in the way. Right, okay. It's not the same Nugget, it's a clone. No, it's the essence of Nugget. It's the essence of Nugget. It's not, you didn't just replace, you didn't just bring in a different
a different bat with the
bat.
same name.
It's still Nugget.
It's specifically Nugget.
It's like grabbing another chicken nugget off the chicken nugget bags.
Oh, no.
Such a perfect analogy.
Got a whole bag of nuggets.
Right. Let me just roll that guy's attack. It's going to take a billion years because roll 20 is upsetty right now. That's a hit. Okay, he's looking real bad. Nearly.
He's looking real bad?
He's looking
Like real bad?
Like just parts of his essence now. He was never really a fully corporeal form. He was, all these inky black and purple spots just kind of put into a person. And you can see now that there are kind of every movement that he makes leaves a wake of just this kind of smoke. And that is happening more and more as time goes on. It looks like he's struggling to keep together.
And I had previously kneeled down to heal Randall, and I just kind of slowly stand up and I look at him and I say, I said you only had one more chance. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at a 3rd level.
Okay.
It always does it wrong. So that's 1. So 2, 3.
I really love the idea. I hope this
4,
kills him because I really love the idea of you being so fucking dramatic. And then it just, this was your last chance.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15. Plus I do additional 5 radiant damage right now. So 20.
Okay.
And I don't know if it matters that it's radiant and force.
It's force, isn't it?
Yeah.
How much damage is that in total?
20.
Okay. So, Kamehameha! You blast your magic missiles that kind of collide with him and his silhouette at this point. That just blast holes in him. He is now falling to his knees, still shouting, still swinging, but very clearly in his death throes. As this giant hulking orc is swinging his sword around, falling to the ground, I think I've written something there actually. A strong aroma of sweet petals fills the room, and a flicker of green light appears. Jenny, you okay?
Because Doc's heard the word aroma and was like, what? Oh.
I thought it was going to be stinky.
Oh my god.
Not that I can smell anything right now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, sorry. The fuck was I? Yes, strong aroma of sweet petals fills the room and a flicker of green light appears, from which materializes Thistle, clad in a leaf-bound bark corset, dressed with deep red motif. Stepping from the portal lined with this bark and these vines, she immediately, without hesitation, thrusts her arm straight through the chest of Ulfgar. As she does so, his form is obliterated and is evaporated, as are those of the shadowy goblins. You shield yourself if there's that concussive blast and the sonic boom that ripples across you. You are left with the image of Thistle, standing with a purple, jagged crystal in her hand, black burn marks up her arm, wincing in pain. She examines the stone with a concerned look. What do we have here? Oh, she steps over to Randall and heals you 9 hit points. Steps over to you, places a hand on your cheek, and you feel yourself.
Which one?
Your wounds.
Let's not call it butt magic. I prefer to.
Your face cheek. And you feel some of your wounds close, and you deep breath as consciousness is restored to you. On one hand, she still has the crystal, and you can see that it has the kind of same color and essence of the orc that you killed, the Wolfgar. It's still kind of shifting purple colors, and as she moves it around, you can see that there's almost like a shadow that follows, as if it was just a huge pen nib that she's kind of like casting around. It's just leaving these trails of kind of deep purple and black. This is concerning. Thank you. You are very brave adventurers. Adventurers like being called brave, don't they? You're very brave adventurers. Are you okay? She bends to offer you a hand to lift you up.
Yeah.
Which she is much, much stronger than you would expect from her
she
stature.
just punched a hand through something's chest. So.
That was really cool. I was just like, wow. I want to learn to do that someday. I want to grow up to be like Thistle.
And she holds it, and you can see that she's kind of holding it around. She for a moment she kind of turns around behind her and moves it, and she moves it towards Randall. And as she does so, are you taking a step back? It starts to throb in a kind of a deeper purple, and the lights around it are illuminated somewhat. And it looks angry. That's what it does. It looks angry.
What is that?
It is an aspect of a magic that is deep and dark and angry. She squeezes with her hand. You can see the concentration on her face as it breaks into shards that remain in her fist. And she winces. But as she crushes it, the crystal kind of whimpers out of existence and shards fall on the floor. But she picks up one, and you can see that it is now in a lot less of an active state, though it does still seem to react to your presence and not anyone else. I will need to study this. It seems to dislike you very much.
I mean, he didn't like me very much either.
Why are you special?
I'm good at writing.
No.
Oh, I
It's a
thought
bit
I was.
harsh.
I will need to think on this. Thank you for your quest. Is it a quest?
No,
No,
It's not a quest.
it's not a quest.
favor.
Thank you. If it's not a quest, then do you not need a reward?
No, we do need a reward.
she genuinely seems to like smirk at that. You can see that she smiles, and she, from a fold of like, she has like kind of a gown that's almost a small gown that's kind of over the top of her corset and around the back of her dress. She pulls out a flower. It's a lily, and it is the same. It's kind of a turquoise. And she holds it forwards, and she says, "I grew this for you. This is your reward. But I think we will be in contact again soon. This crystal business is it concerns me." Okay, so she kind of throws the lily up into the air, and she steps back towards her portal.
Take care of it.
And she just leaves immediately.
No.
The lily very slowly starts to spin gently as it comes down towards the ground. And the portal closes behind her. She's like, "Peace, I'm out." She just steps right through. She gives you absolutely no time. She's just like, it was apparent from her demeanor that she's very interested in Randall's link, especially to whatever this crystal was. But as you know, mortals of your caliber, for the most part, so, all right, bye. It seems from her demeanor that
She's got bigger fish to fry right now.
but it's more that why should she give a shit about
I see.
so why should she give a shit about social
Norms.
Graces.
graces? Why should we care? Why should she be polite?
Yeah.
Or patient, or anything. Like, she's not really fully understand like why bother.
Yeah.
So it's quite easy for her to just be like dismissive and just like, "You're done," and just leave.
If no one goes to catch the flower as it starts to fall, I will. I don't want it to touch the ground, but I'm not going to be the first person to reach for it since it's falling slowly.
Okay. Well, it kind of spirals for quite some time before it lands, and neither Randall or Oro have jabbed it, so you
I got bigger
Unless-
problems right now.
Okay.
you got bigger problems right now. Bleeding just everywhere.
Yeah, I catch it.
Okay. All right. Well, you are now in possession of this lily.
I
You can
smell it.
feel
Oh, okay.
it has a very strong perfume fragrance.
Does it smell like a stargazer lily?
Sure. Yes. Yes. But you can feel that it has a magical presence to it.
I don't have a
Leave it for you.
turquoise flower close enough. Oh, yeah, I feel a magical presence.
Yes.
I don't have identify, so I'm just gonna hold on to it for now.
It seems very delicate.
Yeah. Holding on to it, literally holding on to it.
Okay.
What else is in the room? How has it changed after he disappeared?
The inky stains that were left in the air after the trail of his blade have been eradicated. There is nothing left in this room to suggest that there was ever any kind of battle. It is how you assume the room looked previously. All of the other shadow goblins are gone, and there is now just quiet. Apart from, on the far side of the room, back at the door that leads into the dining hall, you can hear just shit tons of goblin chatter, of which Oro picks up a few words. Things like, "Oh my fucking god, that was amazing! Jesus! Holy shit, did you fucking... Oh my god! Ah!" And you hear scrambling noises for the better part of a minute as furniture is cast away from the doors and the doors are opened, slam open, and this room is just filled with goblins as they all kind of pour in here, and they're just looking around you, just like they're looking around to where the corpses of the goblins should have been, and where Ulfgar should have been, and where the portal was, and they're like smacking on the wall behind it where it came from, and they're just like multiple goblins come up, including Eggplant, because I think it's a cool name for a for a goblin, and Snorts, and they lift up Oro, and they just start like throwing her up in the air as a group and catching her.
Where's the spoon? Though? That's the important question.
The spoon is present.
Okay. I imagine it's got like a thing on his back that you can store the spoon in with the.
In fact, they after throwing her around for a little bit, they put her in the top of the spoon thing, and then they use the spoon to carry her around
like a litter.
And they're just like, "Oro champion, Oro Gobble King."
I didn't do much. I didn't do much.
They are fucking over the moon with you. You notice that they show almost absolutely no praise for the other two. I mean, they're speaking only in Goblin, so you can't hear. I mean, you guys can hear the chatter, but Oro is the only person who can hear that you've been very selectively tuned out of the praise.
I think we get the picture, maybe.
A couple of the other ones are like, they're whilst they're celebrating and they're dancing around, they're some of them are like vaguely almost near you, which is about as close as you get. A couple of them are also trying to climb on top of Nugget.
How's Nugget dealing with that?
Like, I mean, since it seems to be quite celebratory and you seem to be okay, Nugget seems to think this is an okay situation and kind of rolls over on his back. And then they start like climbing on him.
Of course. Damn it, Nugget.
Damn it.
Classic Nugget.
Classic Nugget.
Like, I like how Nugget is like alternately our like tank and savior, and then like the cat that flops itself over and is like, okay, you can pet me now.
And they are overjoyed at the removal of spooky, inky ghost orc. Hello there, golden guys.
Thank you. Thanks for subscribing.
That's my fan.
That's them dead. That's them deadified.
How does Oro look? Like she's taking this praise.
She was shouting, "I didn't do much. The humans did more. Trying to be like, humans did more." As they're like shouting over her, "The humans did more than me. The humans good. Humans good." Like trying to encourage that. But
are you saying it in Goblin or Common?
In Goblin.
Okay. I can't correct her. I'm kidding.
I mean, so Oro's had praise like this, not to the same extent, but similar praise, obviously, from her circus time.
Yeah.
And just generally being awesome in the circus.
Great circus.
So it's not entirely new to her to be praised, but this is the first time that she's been so celebrated by goblins. And you see several of the goblins are like they're kind of expanding into the room and reclaiming their space, as it were. And as they do so, you can see that some of them have started painting on the wall. And you can see that they've got, so far, from what they've already started with your hair.
The best part. We said.
Okay.
I love it. What does a constellation on the wall look like?
That is an excellent question. Thank you very much for asking such a detailed, pointed question.
Constellation.
He mentioned it, and I thought, oh, this looks like interesting and something that Norley would be interested in. Maybe he's got something here, and also she would just generally be interested in it.
It looks like a group of stars in a shape of a helmet.
Ooh. do I think? Do I have any like recollection of what that might like tie to?
So, it says the DM stalling. Call me out, fool. All right.
We had no
Okay.
idea.
I'm looking forward to playing
was
in
just
someone
doing
else's
intention.
game for once, and I can see there was something I saw on one of the DM like the D&D subreddits the other day. That was it was a picture of a DM, like it was like somebody, like I think it was supposed to be like a therapist chair or something, and the DM was supposed to be the therapist, in their notes and this kind of stuff. On the on the chair was just Kermit like fucking around, and it was supposed to be first time DM was the therapist, and like seasoned DM asking really specific questions about characters' backstory and their full names was Kermit. And I just I can relate to that. Like, so just sit there like, yes, I wonder all the detail that you added into this world. Because part of it is like, oh, I wonder if it it's just a DM, you're new to it, you get quite excited, you come up with loads of detail and stuff. Part of it is like, oh, I want this DM to be able to fully flex and show off how much cool stuff they've come up with. Part of it is there's no fucking way they've thought of all this stuff. I'm gonna drill them. So there's two sides of that coin. But anyway, so what you see in the backdrop is there are the stars don't necessarily pick out any constellations that you recognize. You can see that one of them definitely does. It does look like a helmet. And you can see that it has a helmet and it has a horn, one up, one down. But they are all constellations that are outlining these figures. This one human, this one elven figure, and directly above them is a moon. This a big moon theme that is also on the chest of the one of the humanoids in the wall, and that is what you get mostly from that drawing.
So the figures that these are over are a human and an elf?
Yep.
Is one of them bald?
What?
Is the human bald?
What?
Or does the elf have wings?
Yeah.
No. Just because Oro's getting her painting done, all right?
I never do get a statue of me, do I? No. Is there any like inscription, or is it just a picture?
It is a picture.
Okay. I'm going to take note of that and think on it and wait for an opportune moment to ask a question.
Okay. Well, they are very much in the throes of celebrating right now. And we can deal with this in however way you would like.
Murder.
Fireball! I saved it! Ha! Murder all the goblins! We can deal with this however you like. We've got the option that we can kind of give you a bit of a flavor of what happens over the next night, day, however long you want to stay here. But the it's an option.
With the goblins.
The essence of it is going to basically be that the goblins want to throw a celebration that involves a feast, with Oro as the guest of honor, which makes sense, right? And I mean, we can skip past the very pointed focus on Oro.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
At some point during the process, though, could I?
Yes. So I was going to say, is there anything that you want to do during this?
Can I patch up all the holes that are currently in me?
In what way would you like to patch them up?
With bandages.
Yes.
Because I have no magics.
I think I actually might have a healer's kit. Did I bring a healer's kit?
Goblin spring break. Woohoo!
Goblin spring break.
Okay.
I do not have a healer's kit. Just kidding. I'm a liar. I would like to, at some point when like the initial excitement and all that kind of wears down, and I can kind of like get to Oro without them celebrating in the way. I'll just did you notice that painting on the wall in the room with the stars and the moon and all that?
I briefly saw it. Yeah.
Could you ask them what that's about? It just looks really interesting.
Okay.
All right. I'll go do it.
It's the motion.
You wanna find someone to go ask?
Yeah.
All right. So you ask them, and they are, I mean, more than happy to answer any questions that you have. So you ask, I mean, okay, Nurali, what's Nurali asking about specifically? Just
What the story
painting?
behind it is, yeah.
Story behind it. Okay, so what you get in response to asking about the origins of that painting is very similar to the reaction that you got yesterday / last session, when the goblins collectively couldn't remember something. It was essentially them going, stinky, good, not stinky humans. Can't, don't know. It's right. There's something there, but they ain't got it.
Wait, what did they say? Humans.
Stinky,
Stinky.
No, stinky, not bad. Stinky human.
Did a stinky human do it? Was it here before you got here? Did one of I'm just gonna keep saying random things. I hope it's something I'll prompt. Did one of you do it? Was
I'll save you. I'll save you the effort.
Yeah.
You're everything you.
It won't come out. Okay.
It's going to be nobody that you ask, no matter what line of questioning that you take, seems to have any information about the origin of that painting. However, it absolutely matches the same art style as everything else in that room, and it looks, like it was done by goblins.
Okay.
Maybe the Sleepy Queen would know. I'm kidding.
Right, well, I'll let Nurali know. Looks goblin made. They've got no fucking idea. They're really trying, but they've got no fucking idea.
That's
They said something about humans being stinky. But I wouldn't never say
have
that.
that opinion.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, thank you anyway.
Maybe they'll remember someday. Nuke Pig redeemed goblin.
Whoa!
Congratulations, Nuke Pig.
You are now a goblin.
You're now one of the goblins in the Goblin
Grotto. It's like a Christmas grotto.
Goblin Ghetto.
Goblin Ghetto. Wait, I prefer that way more.
Oh yeah?
Goblin Ghetto is absolutely.
Goblin Ghetto. Goblin Ghetto
In
it is.
ghetto.
I am Gobble. Error 404 goblins.
Is there anything that you guys want to do, accomplish?
Avoid eating the food.
Okay.
As politely as possible.
Well, it's fine. 'cause
They are not even remotely fussed about
Yeah.
whether or not you guys eat the food.
they're focusing on the aura so much that we can just...
Essentially what happens is they retake the throne room, and the whole throne room is now just filled with just bowls and plates filled with various colors of liquids and solids, some of which you can identify, some of which you can't. For the most part, we've now pushed past that barrier of whether it smells good or not. We're now in the good. But because of your, look at the kitchen, that smell doesn't necessarily entice you to wanting to eat anything. Oro might feel differently, since the goblins are quite avidly trying to shovel food in your face. But the whole room is like there's goblin music, there's goblin singing, there's goblin dancing. This is what Goblin Dance means. Regret that. But it's a big celebration that lasts all night into the early hours. And by the time it's finished, the painting on the wall of Oro is finished. And you can see her red hair. And you can see that she is riding a giant bat. You can see that it's kind of like a it's kind of like your traditional quite tribal style, but the kind of thing that you get with like stained glass window sort of thing, where they like the individual is making some kind of pose and there's like a halo kind of thing. But rather than it being like a religious motif, it's more of a, just admiration. There's like this halo is more of just like red colors and stuff that kind of come out from behind her. And there is absolutely no there is no mention of, I don't know, Nurili and her massive wings, or Randall and beating the living fuck out of this fucking guy.
Oro's the coolest anyway, it's fine.
It's a very beautiful rendition of Oro on the wall. As the celebrations come to a close, the goblins ask you what you will do next, Oro.
Alone.
Well, it's just gonna go back to where we were, Nesmith. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, yeah.
No stay.
No, I would love to. It's lovely here, but
stay.
So stay. No, I gotta go like do adventuring things,
But you'll come back.
I can come and visit. Okay.
Yes! And they were like, yes! And they'll like lift you up again and they start throwing you. Yes! Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do whilst you are at the Goblin Ghetto?
I would like to spend a short rest with the flower and find out what it does, if anything, or what I can learn about its properties.
Yes, you can.
It smells nice.
It does smell very nice.
It smells good.
It does smell nice. Okay. So, turquoise. I put in the wrong color. So this is the turquoise lily. While you carry this lily, you gain +2 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls with cantrips. And the saving throw DC of cantrips that you cast is increased by 2. As a reaction, when you fail a saving throw, you may choose to succeed the saving throw instead, as per legendary resistance, but doing so will destroy the lily.
Put in glass box. I must protect.
I have to wear it, so I have to like literally wear it.
It requires attunement, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to explain what it does to everyone.
That's some pretty good lily.
That probably sounds good.
Does anyone else want it?
She looks around at the non-spellcasters who are generally in the room. They just don't even get...
Rangers are spellcasters.
They don't get cantrips.
But Nurili doesn't know that. I don't know what secrets they could have. I just want to be like, thanks, this is really cool. It's mine now.
I got no idea what that would help with, so...
Yeah, I have no use for such a thing.
Now I have to go get it. I have to go find a turquoise lily now. It's got to happen, or I'll have to dye one because I have never seen. Ooh, you know what?
No.
Yeah, I can do this. It's fine.
Oh, my shit.
Is Tom feeding these characters things specifically? I don't know. Maybe.
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
That could have been for anyone.
When she gave us a flower, I was like, eh.
Well, I mean, it makes sense for her as
Oh,
you know, her
absolutely.
character.
No, it seemed exactly like meta. Katie absolutely assumes that she is like an archfey or at least a very powerful fae. She's not just, the typical elf living in the Feywild. And so like her handing us off a flower seemed completely normal. It was just a matter of what the thing did.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other
Okay.
layer of Katie was like, haha, flower.
So I found this in a third-party book. And I really like the idea of it. I like that it's metered by the fact that it's cantrips that it influences, and that it has a cool thing, but it's consumable.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's quite neat. Because the problem with giving rewards to low-level characters is that you kind of think, oh, we're going to finish a quest, we're going to get a reward, we're going to finish a quest, we're going to get a reward. If I give you a magical item for every single quest you do, you guys are gonna be fucking swimming in magical items.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got to make some of them things that are consumable, some of them are not useful to you, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because otherwise, you guys started our last campaign at like level 8 or something. You started off with like one magical item each. Already you've got more than that. Anyway. Okay, so you finish your celebration and the goblins are very sad to see you, though. But leave in the morning, and make your way back to Nesmith.
Yeah.
You are comfortable in your trip home. You are not accosted in any way. You remember the way back, and fortunately, you have your very capable ranger to lead you on the way back home. So you do so quite quickly. When you arrive, there is a bit of a hubbub at the Curl Talent Inn.
Hubbub. What a great word.
It's a bit of a hubbub.
Not quite a hullabaloo.
I was just about to say that, but I was muted. That's perfect. I love it. No, don't apologize. It would have been even better if we had said it at the same time. But not a hullabaloo.
Not a hullabaloo, but there is a hubbub, and it's excellent because this timing is perfect for a cliffhanger as well.
Oh, dang it. No! If I hadn't explored the constellation.
Just find this. There is a hubbub. The Curl Talon is about a day's travel, so you arrive and it's nighttime. Outside of the Curl Talon, which is kind of pretty much the center of the village, there is a huge silhouette casting shadows from torches that lit around the village. And there are flashing lights, there are fireworks being let off, and they all seem to be coming from this central point. The lights, as they are sent up into the sky, all seem to be illuminating one figure. There is a gentleman in a very fine robe and a very over-the-top wizard hat, pointed wizard hat, with kind of constellations all over it, very classical wizard, who is casting all sorts of magic, just left, right, center, doves everywhere, fireworks, and stood behind him, kind of clapping amongst the crowd of people who are also clapping, is a hill giant. He is huge. He is the biggest individual that any of you have ever seen, including Oro. However, Oro recognizes this individual, as well as the gentleman in the robe and the hat. In the background, as you approach the square, the hill giant stands up, as he was only sat down and he was already huge. Stands up and goes, Oro! Oro!
We
And
get
just
Tom's giant voice.
huge
Yay!
steps, launches his way across the square, nudging the gentleman in the robe and all of the townsfolk who have gone here, and just picks Oro up and goes, Oro! And hugs you a little bit too tight.
Dead.
We will end today's session.
Cute.
Did you see my suspicious face start to happen when you were describing the person doing the magic? And I was like, it's freaking Bindon. He came back. This is way better.
But here we go. End the session. Press F for Oro. Crushed. Right.
Oro can't die. Oro's too cool to die.
We got it. We got it done, team.
Hey.
Finished our Gobbo quest, and we have now set the groundwork for what comes in the future.
We didn't set any groundwork. We just went and did something somebody asked us to do as a favor.
Yes, there was no quest being done here. This was all favor.
Uh-huh.
All favor, 100%.
Uh-huh.
Right. GG's, everybody.
Gigi.
Gugas.
Gigi.
Gugas. Right. Are you Animal Crossing-ing?
Yeah, darn tootin' I am.
Darn tootin'.
Darn tootin'. Right, in which case, I mean, I guess that means you're not raiding.
I often say to other people how funny it is to me that a lot of like Britishisms are similar to a lot of like Southernisms. And so when you said darn tootin', I about died in the best way. I was like,
I promise you it's not a Britishism. It's
no,
us.
I know it's not.
Yeah.
That one was just funny, but like because I say like reckon is something that we would consider deeply Southern.
Oh, really?
Yeah. People don't say I reckon. It's like a country stereotype to be like I reckon. Yeah.
Oh.
So that things like that make me laugh, and I'll explain that to people, and then she says darn tootin', and I was like, anyway, continue. Sorry.
GG's, everybody. GG's.
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us once again.
Yeah.
Well played, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We can say goodbye.
Yes.
raid?
Oh, I'm gonna be.
No.
Well, I'm gonna stop the stream for like 5 to 10 minutes,
Right.
and then I'll be back playing Animal Crossing. I'll stop
That's
because of the VOD, and I'll
Look
go
at
get
AC
some
in.
AC.
AC.
That's right.
See.
We'll be playing Animal Crossing. 15 minutes. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Be there or be square.
Exactly.
Or be
Exactly.
there and be square. You know, if that's your jam.
True. Whatever you want.
Breaking
Point
the rules.
marmalade.
Well, people, yeah.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Breaking
All right.
the law.
We'll be back
Right.
next week. Everyone fine for next week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes. I mean, we're all in lockdown anyway. We're not going.
Yeah, same. Like whatever. It's Easter, if that matters to anyone.
Nope.
In the US. No.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you guys do Easter or if it's the same day or. Okay. Next week's fine.
Pokey pokey.
All right then. See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Tess said the reason you're square if you're not there is because you're not around, and I've never
Ah.
heard that before. Oh my god, is that like
Are you fucking kidding me? Is that the
That's the
actual
thing?
thing?
that makes so much sense.
My God, that's so smart.
I know. She's brilliant and
everyone's mind.
beautiful.
Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay. Right. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that cliffhanger.
I'm
Bombshell.
gonna leave. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. All right.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.